Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful website you see over here called AfroMusic. Now, this is a music multi-vendor website, meaning that it is a marketplace where artists can come over here to sell their music. So artists will become a vendor on the platform and then start selling their music to their fans. So fans also will come over here to also download music from their favorite artist. Okay, so that is how this platform works. So this is very beautiful designed, and then I'm going to show you through how this music website works, and I will take you through how step by step we can be able to create this website together from scratch. Okay, so basically this is how the homepage looks like, and I'm going to take you through how all the other pages and how it works. And if you are interested in learning how to create this kind of website, then we do it together. Okay, so let's jump into it. So this is the homepage over here, and I'm going to take you through the homepage to let you know how it looks like. Now, on top over here, we have what we call the header over here. So these two are the header. This is the top header, and this is the the middle row header over here. Now we have our two different menus over here, one on the left and one on the right, and then we have the logo in the middle over here. I'll show you how you can be able to do this when we are designing it. Now also, when you scroll down, you have the hero section over here, and you can display carousel of images or slider of images also over here. And then you can write anything that you want to write over here boldly, and then also have some text to support it. And then we have these two buttons also over here. You can be able to display it over here neatly. Now when you scroll down, we have the top genres or gens or whatever it is that you guys call it. You can display all the top category of music that you can be able to display over here. Okay, so we have the Afrobeats, the Amapiano, the High Life, the R&B music, hip hop, hip life, gospel, and then you can click here to view all the genres. And then we also have what we call a call to action over here. You can display a call to action over here, and as you can see, it is sticky whilst you scroll. I'll show you how you can be able to make it sticky whilst you scroll over here. And then you have the featured albums over here. I'll show you how you can be able to display this beautiful player over here to display one particular album over here using Elementor. And then when you on the player, the users can be able to play the songs also over here. Now when you scroll down, you can display multiples of albums also over here. And then we have another call to action also over here. And then when you come here, we have featured songs, so you can feature some songs on the home page. And then you can also have trending songs that are trending. You can have them over here. Okay, so these will be new tracks and all those things. You can be able to have them over here. And then we also have another call to action, and then the footer comes over here, very neatly designed. So as you can see, the footer even have an image at the background. I'll show you how you can be able to do all those things. And that is the homepage, how the homepage looks like. Now we have the music store itself, where fans can be able to come over here to see all the music that it's on the website, and then go ahead to purchase them if they need it. And then we also have different categories under the music. We have artists, so fans can be able to see their artist stores also on the website. So your fans will be able to see your store, see your music in the store, and then can be able to go ahead and purchase it. All right, so as you can see, this is the artist page over here. We have multiple artists over here, and then let's say we want to go to King Melo over here. We can visit King Melo's page over here, and then we see what songs King Melo really have on their page, so we can be able to see all those things over here. and that is the artist page over here. And then we can take a look at how it works. So you can have a page describing how your platform works, so that artists or musicians or other creative personnel who want to create their own um, how do you call it, store can be able to see it, and the music lovers also can be able to know how it works. So as you can see, we have the step 1, step 2, step 3, and then step 4 for music lovers. You browse music, you purchase individual, you download, and then you enjoy high quality mp3. The same thing applies to musicians. You sign up and create your store, you upload your music, you submit for approval, and then you start selling and receive payment. So as easy as that. So this is how it works. And then we also have a blog session where you can display some blog posts and other stuff also on your page, your website, for SEO purposes and all those kind of stuff, to drive traffic to your website. I'll show you how you can be able to do all those things. And then the FAQs also, so you can have an FAQ page where it will answer some questions that people will have um, pertaining your website. And then we also have the contact also page over here. Okay, so basically this is how it works. And then we have a login and sign up button over here, login over here, where when users click on it, they can either decide to log in or to sign up over here. So this is for just for all users. And then when you scroll down, we also have become a vendor over here, and then also vendor dashboard. Vendor can go and then visit their vendor dashboard, and then music store, and then also vendor login all down here. So basically this is how it looks like, and it's so nice and neatly designed. And I'm gonna show you how you can be able to get this particular website. So let's say you are an artist and then you come to the website and you want to just um, become a vendor or create your artist store. It's just simple. Just click over here and you can go ahead to see the membership plans that we have on the website. So as you can see, these are the membership plans that they have on the website. We have the basic plan, the premium membership, and then the gold membership also over here. So depending on what you can be able to afford, you choose the one. So I'm going to go with the basic plan. You can click on subscribe over here, and then you're going to fill in some registration form over here. So you go ahead and then just fill in some registration details also over here. So just make sure that you fill in all the details over here and then click on register. So I'm gonna go in and then just go ahead and then just fill in some registration details over here. So let me use this particular email address, and then I'll pick, oh okay, so the username, it's gonna be, let's say and then I'm gonna use this one. And then over here, what it will do is, at the moment you see green over here, it's going to send a verification email. So as you can see, verification code is sent to your email. So make sure that you check your email to find the verification email that has been sent to your email, so you can be able to use it to proceed with the website. So as you can see over here, my verification code is, I'm watching from my phone, is 751129. So with this, oh sorry, I'm going to enter it over here. So with this, I can go ahead and then enter my name. So I'm going to just say name Kobe, and then Evans, and then you can pick a stage name. I'm going to say Kobe. Then you can pick a password. Make sure you confirm the password, and then you can go ahead and click on register. All right, so I've used the email to to register on the site, so it's not going to allow me to register. So I'm going to use a different email. So they've sent me another verification code. So I'm going to go ahead and check that email for the verification code also. So it's also um yeah, so it's also the same verification code they sent me over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on register. All right, so as you can see, registration successfully complete. Now this is what this is it. This is my free plan over here. I can go ahead and save this one. This is my free plan over here, and as you can see, this is the plan details also over here. So I can go ahead and click on proceed, and it's gonna take me to the thank you page, and it says what you have successfully submitted your vendor account request. Your vendor application is still under review. You will receive details about our decision in your email very soon. So the admin will have to approve it. Okay, so it is up to the admin to approve this vendor application over here, and that is the job of the admin, because the admin will also receive an email and then we'll have to approve it. And it's also very simple. The admin can approve it on the back end of the website, and you can go ahead and log into your website. So as you can see over here, I can just decide to quickly log out, and then when admin approves, I'll receive an email, and then I can come over here to log into my website. So let's see how the admin will also be able to log into this AfroMusic website. All right, guys. So this is the admin dashboard, the WordPress dashboard over here. So what we are going to do is we're going to see the user who is registered on our website. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to click on the marketplace over here. So we can click on the marketplace over here to go to the admin side of the dashboard, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look for what we call customers, or we can go and search for vendors. Okay, so store vendors over here. So we're gonna click over here to see the store vendors, and as you can see, you have also notification over here, so you know that people have registered or not with this kind of notifications that you're gonna have. So you're going to see all the store vendors over here. Okay, now since we haven't approved the one that we are using, or the one that we registered, what we're going to do is we're going to go to either pending store vendor over here. So click on pending store vendor, and then you can be able to see the pending, the one that is what pending on the website. So as you can see, this is Kobe over here who is pending, and what we can do is we can just click on either approve or reject, to either approve or reject their store over here. So you just click on this one over here, and you'll be able to either approve or reject. So as you can see, this is it. So you can either reject or you can approve. Now when you reject, you put a reason why you are rejecting over here, and then you can just click on update, and that is it. The vendor has been approved on your website. All right, guys, so after the vendor the admin has approved your registration, all what you need to do is to just go ahead. You're going to receive an email that your registration has been approved, and all what you need to do is to log into your dashboard. So you can click over here to log in over here, or you can just scroll down over here, just scroll down, and then you can go to vendor dashboard or vendor login over here to log in. And when you do so, you have a vendor dashboard to yourself, similar to what we have over here. Okay, so similar to this particular one over here. So you're gonna have something similar like this over here. I'm not going to go ahead and log in and all those things, but that is how it's going to be. So your vendor dashboard is going to be something like this, and you can go ahead to add a product and all those kind of stuff. Your product is your music, so you're going to go through to add a product, and take orders, and you can even create coupons and all those kind of stuff. Okay, so that is what basically how it works. And I hope this introduction gives you a fair idea of what we are going to do, and I hope you are ready for it. So let's jump into it, how to create this beautiful website over here. And starting from, the header, footer, and everything, and buying domain names and all those kind of stuff to design this beautiful website that you see over here. So let's quickly go and then start designing this website. All right, guys. So to design a website like this, we need some certain things to start with. So we need domain name, we need hosting, and then we need to install WordPress on it, and then we will be able to start designing the website. So first of all, I'm not going to take you through how to buy domain name and hosting, but I'll take you to where you can be able to get it, and then go ahead and then what some I have some other videos. I'll leave it in the description where you can be able to purchase domain name and hosting, and then you can be able to go ahead and then install WordPress on it. But to get domain name and hosting, all what you need to do is to just type in hightech digital. I'll leave the link in the description for you .com/namecheap. Okay, so just go over there and then get yourself a domain name, Namecheap. Yeah, this place. So just go over there and then get yourself a domain name, and hosting, and then use it to follow this tutorial. Now I'm giving you this link because it's an affiliate link. It is not anything that's I'm not working with Namecheap, but it's just an affiliate link. If you use it to purchase anything on Namecheap, you are helping the channel to grow. Okay, so that is basically it. So that is how it looks like over here. Just type in your domain name over here and add it to cart, and then go to hosting over here. Pick any of the hosting. Roughly, if you are starting out, just use the shared hosting, and then pick any plan of the shared hosting, and then go ahead and then just purchase your domain name, and you're ready to go. Okay, so basically that is it. That is for buying domain name and hosting. And then after that, you can install WordPress and other stuff on your hosting, and you can follow this tutorial. But I've already done all those things because I didn't want the tutorial to be that long. I just want to focus on the design aspect of the website. So I've already installed WordPress over here, and as you can see, this is how it looks like. I don't have anything specifically on it, just this blank WordPress website. Okay, so that is what basically it. So what we are going to do over here is to just do some small settings on WordPress website, and then we are good to go. So first of all, this is the dashboard. For those of you who are new to WordPress, this is the dashboard over here, and what we are going to do is I'm going to dismiss certain things on the dashboard. So I'll click on the screen options over here, and then I'm going to just uncheck this particular ones over here. So I'm going to uncheck this ones, and then come over here to settings over here. Make sure that all my general settings are correct. So I'm going to change the site name over here to AfroMusic. So I'm going to change it to AfroMusic, and then you can pick the name that you want, or the tagline that you want, so to make music affordable and accessible to everyone. Okay, that is our tagline: everywhere, everyone, and everywhere. Okay, and then you can pick a site icon. So I'm going to just choose, I don't have nothing over here. I'm going to select some file from my computer. So I'm going to go straight to this folder over here, which is Afro Music, and I'm going to pick any site icon that I want to use. So let's say I want to use this particular site icon over here. I can be able to go ahead and use it. Just select it over here, click on crop, and you're good to go. So that is what the site icon it shows basically over here. Okay, so this particular place, and that is it. Now check whether your WordPress address and your site address are the same, so make sure it is the same, and then check your administrative email also. And then since it's going to be a membership or where people can register, so just take this one, and then leave everything as it is. Check your date, your time format, and everything, and click on save changes. Now, some of these things you would have done whilst installing WordPress, but if you haven't done it, just follow along this way and then do it. Now, we'll come back to reading over here, but basically later on, that is how that is all that we are going to do over here. So first of all, what we need is we need to install a theme and some plugins. Now, themes are basically what runs the website, or they are the building blocks of every website. So if you look at this particular website over here, it wouldn't run if there is no theme. Okay, WordPress would not run if there is no theme, and that is why we have themes over here, and this is the theme that it is running, which is the 2025 WordPress theme. Okay, so that is it. Now we're going to install a new theme that we're going to use for the website, and we click on add theme over here, and you can choose any theme that you want to use, but we are specifically going to use this particular theme over here, which is called the Kadence theme. Okay, Kadence theme. So click on install over here, and then click on activate to activate the theme. Now, first of all, if you don't want to follow along with this particular tutorial and then you just want the template to use, you can go ahead and click on template seller. So just go to templateseller.com. okay, go over there and then just hit enter, and you are going to come over here. We have different themes or templates over here that you can go ahead and then get it and go and use. So this is the template, the AfroMusic template over here. That is basically it. So you can specifically go over here and then just go ahead and get the template that you want. So as you can see, it is 35. You can even have a lifetime access if you want to. Okay, you can check the pricing of the membership over here, and then you can be able to have a lifetime access on this particular website, monthly or even quarterly or annually, okay, depending on how you want it. And that is what basically it. So just get it over here and use. All right, so now that we know where to get the template, now if you still want to follow along, then let's go ahead. So we're going to go to themes over here, and since we've installed our theme over here, we are good to go. So now we have our theme installed. Okay, so now we have our theme installed and the website will be running. So if you go over here, let me go to the front end over here and refresh our website. You're going to see that the design have changed over here. So as you can see, our design for the website now has changed, and we are no more using the 2021 theme, but we are using the Kadence theme over here. Okay, so now that we have this particular one done, now it is for us to install some plugins and other stuff that we want to use for the website. So I have this list over here, a list of plugins that I used over here. All the plugins are over here. So as you can see, we have Elementor, we have let me just open it fully. Oh, it's too big. So we have Elementor, we have WooCommerce, we have WCFM WooCommerce front-end manager, we have WCFM WooCommerce Multivendor, we have WCFM WooCommerce Multivendor Marketplace, we have the Multivendor membership, and the music player for Elementor, a music player for WooCommerce, music player for Elementor. We have the sign up pop-up, we have Forminator, we have Fibo search, and then code snippets for us to be able to add some codes to the website. So this particular one, I'm going to delete this one because it's the same. Okay, so we will install 3 different plugins from WCFM and then WooCommerce. These are the main things. Okay, so WooCommerce 1, 2, 3. This particularly turn your website into a multi-vendor website. Okay, so these are the main things, and then Elementor for our page builder to design everything that we want, and then the music players that you see on the website. Or it's so if you go over here and then you let's say you let me just this music player. Okay, so this particular music player over here, let me come over here. This particular music player over here is the music player for, where is it? Yeah, this one. It's a music player for Elementor. Okay, and if you go into any of the the how do you call it, any of the product single product pages, you're going to see that we have another music player over here, and that is also the music player for WooCommerce. Okay, so these two music players will be used on the website. Okay, so basically that is how it's going to be like. So let's go over here and then install all the plugins that we're going to install or use, and we'll be good to go. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and then click on installed plugins. I want to check if some plugins are installed. Okay, so as you can see, we don't have any plugin installed, so I'm going to close this one and then click on add plugin over here. Now we're going to start with Elementor, because that is the page builder that we're going to use to design our website. So just make sure that you have Elementor website builder, more than just a page builder. That is what we are going to install. And as you can see, you have a 10 million plus active installation, and we're going to click on install now. I'll click on activate to activate it. All right, so I'm going to just skip this onboarding thing over here. So now we have Elementor. Okay, so I will remove Elementor from the dashboard so that our dashboard will be clean. All right, so now you see that we have two different menu items over here. So let's go back again to add new plugin, and the next plugin that we want to add is WooCommerce. So WooCommerce, we cannot create a marketplace website without WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is also for any e-commerce website. Okay, so this particular one over here, and as you can see, they have 8 million active installation, and we can click on install now over here, and then we click on activate. So WooCommerce will also take us through an onboarding kind of like process or steps, and then when we are done with it, we come back to install different plugins that we're going to use for our website. Okay, so let's set up a store. I'm just starting my business. You can just select anything over here that you want to select. So you can select your country, where you plan to sell, and all those kind of stuff, and you can click on next, and then I'll continue, and then over here they will give you some features that you have to select, but I'm going to untick all of them. So I'll untick all of them and then click on continue. Okay, so now our website is set up over here for us. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to WooCommerce settings over here. We'll go to WooCommerce settings over here, and then with the pricing over here, you see it's in Ghana cedis. I want to change it to USD, US dollar, United States dollar over here, because I want it to be worldwide. So I don't want to limit the price to just Ghana cedi over here. Okay, and then basically you are good to go. Okay, so now that we have this done, now let's go back to our plugins and install the rest of the plugins that we are using for our website. So I'm going to go over here and come over here and see the other plugins. So we install Elementor, we install WooCommerce. Now let's install WCFM, and then all the other WCFM, and then also music player, login sign up, pop-up, forminator, people search and code snippet. Okay, so let's go to WCFM. So just type in WCFM over here, and you see that all the WCFM plugins will show over here. So we have the front end, we have the multi-vendor marketplace, we also have the membership over here. So these are the main things that we are going to use. So I'm going to just install this one. Now note that it is from WC Lovers over here. Okay, so install this one also, and then install this one also. Okay, so the three are installed. Now click on this particular one over here. Okay, so it's going to take you through some certain onboarding stage over here. Just click on let's go, and then what you're going to do is you're going to set up your dashboard. Okay, so all these things you can either enable or disable, or I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now click on continue. Set up your multi-vendor market in minutes. So we have to install an active set up multi-vendor module. So we're going to install this one also, and that is the one that the marketplace, okay, the one that I installed. So now we're going to register, to click on set up registration, and now it's going to go ahead and then set up our WC marketplace file. So click on let's go, and then over here we click on continue, and then our store base, you can choose anything that you want to choose, but since it is what music, we're just going to say music over here, and then or you can just say music store, okay, depending on what you want, okay, so that it's going to be your website link, music store slash the seller name, okay, and that is it. Sold by visible, if you want it to be visible, you can just click over it, but I don't want it to be visible, I want it to be not visible. And then sold by template, I'm going to leave all of them, sold by blah blah blah, all those things. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on continue. All right, so we can also go through this step also, and then click on continue. Okay, so withdrawal setup, if you want to auto approve, you can click on this one. Manual and all those things, you can be able to click on it. So order status for withdrawal, I just want it to be completed before they can be able to request for withdrawal. And then if you want, you have a PayPal and all those things, you can be able to. Now this is basically for for withdrawal. Okay, so the admin can be able to auto withdraw using PayPal and other stuff. I mean, like the users or the vendors can be able to auto withdraw using PayPal and other stuff. But if you don't have PayPal, just ignore it, and then I'm just going to ignore PayPal and then use bank transfer or something like that, or any of the thing. If you have Stripe and all those kind of stuff, you can be able to add it to it. And then withdrawal charges and all those things, you can either you have withdrawal charges, maybe percentage and all those things, you can be able to check it. But I'm just going to, for the tutorial purpose, I'm just going to click on continue. And as you can see, this is the styling aspect of the website. So you can go ahead and choose your base color and all those kind of stuff that you want to use for the website. But for now, I'm just going to click on continue. Later on, we can be able to deal with it. Now the backend access and all those things, you don't want to give access to people to go to the WordPress site, so you make sure that you turn this one off. Check all these things, the one that you feel you want to give access to the vendor. Okay, so check all these things, anyone that you feel, so vendor can delete, vendor can edit. When music is live, I don't want anybody to edit it unless me. View orders, status updates, and then view report and all those kind of stuff. So you can be able to just do things. So vendor also can publish. If you don't want them to publish, you just want them to submit and then you publish, you can be able to do so. And then edit live product, you don't want them to edit live product unless they send a request to you. Okay, but let's say you just want them to edit live product, so we're going to click on continue over here. All right, so now our dashboard is ready, and then we can just click on let's go to dashboard. Okay, so we can click over here, or we can click on proceed to WordPress dashboard. So I'm going to just open in a new tab over here so that we see how our dashboard looks like. So this is how our dashboard really looks like. Okay, so basically that is it. So this is how our dashboard looks like, and we are good to go. Okay, so I'm going to close this one over here and then click on proceed to WordPress. So now we have everything going on well. The only thing we need to check and install for WCFM, which we've already installed but we haven't activated. Oh, okay, so it has also been activated. That is the WooCommerce multi-vendor membership, okay, by the WCFM. So you see, all the three has been done for us. Okay, so we are good to go. So now we are good to go. The next plugins that we need to install is the music player. So let's go ahead and then go to add new plugin, and then just type in music player for WooCommerce. All right, so we have this particular one over here. So we're gonna click on oh, not this one, sorry, this is from Sonia. We will use this particular one, okay, which is music player for WooCommerce. So click on this particular one, and then we also install music player for Elementor. Okay, so we also will install this particular one. So we're gonna click on this one. So I think we are good to go. So just click on activate to activate this, and we activate this one also. Okay, so I'm going to skip this one, and as you can see, this is the music player that we'll be using. Very nicely designed, everything is perfectly well, and we'll be using this one to you know, on our front end. Okay, so on Elementor. So now we have our music players. Let's go to the next one. We have login, sign up, pop-up, Forminator, we have Fibo search, and then we have code snippets. So let's go over there and go to plugins and then install these 4 or 5 things over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to install all of them. So we have login, so login, sign up, pop-up. Let's see. Okay, so this is what we want: login and registration, customizer, pop-up slider. Yeah, so this is exactly what we want. So we're gonna click on install, and then let's go to Forminator. Let's search for Forminator, and we're going to install this one also, and then we're going to go ahead and go for Fibo search. So this is also what we want, and then we go ahead and then go for code snippets. Okay, so we're going to install, so you can either install this one or this one, all are the same, depends on what you want. So we're going to install this one. All right, so I will activate this one. Now the reason why we are installing code snippets is because we're going to add some codes also to the website to make some of the things that we want it to happen. So I'll just take this once and then click on bulk actions and click on activate to activate all of them. All right, so now we have all our plugins installed. We have about 11 plugins which are installed for us, and I think we are good to go. So now we are done with the plugins. Now the next one that we have to do is to customize our look and feel of the website. Now if you look at this particular one over here, even though we've installed some particular plugins and other stuff, but our website is still not customized. You know, nothing to show anything. So we have some colors over here. Okay, see, these are the colors that we're going to use for our website. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to add some pages that we will use, and then go ahead to go to the so let's look at the pages. We have home, you know, the music store, which is the shop. We have artist, we have how it looks, we have blog, we have FAQs, we have you know, the contact, and then we have login, logout. Okay, so if you come below the footer, also we have quick links, and we have music journals, and we have for musicians. So we're going to make sure that we get all those links that we are using or that we want to use on our website, so that we can have our footer, and then we can also have our header. Okay, we can have our footer and we can also have our header. So let's go over here and then first of all add the pages that we have to add. So I'm going to go to all pages over here, and let's see the pages that we have. So we have the cart page, the checkout page, the my account page. These ones are all, you know, not published. I'm going to trash this particular one over here. Okay, we have the store manager, we have the vendor, vendor membership, and then we also have the registration, vendor registration over here. So basically we have almost all the things that we need to start designing our website. All what we need to do is to add some few pages to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some pages. So I'll click on add page over here, and then the first page I'm going to add is the home page. So I'm going to add home, and then I'll use Elementor to design it. So I'm going to use Elementor full width over here and click on publish. So let's see, we have home. This one is music store, which is already there. We have artist, how it works, and then we have blog. We also have about us over here, FAQs, and then contact. So we're gonna go to the next one, add new page over here, and then I'm going to say about us, and then the same thing I'm going to use full width over here. Click on publish, click on add new page over here. I'm going to go ahead to add the how it works page, then use the same thing, full width over here, and then click on publish. All right, so I'm going to click on add page over here. Also I'm going to add FAQs, so FAQs page, and then I'll go ahead, choose Elementor full width, and go ahead and publish it. Okay, so another page I'm also going to add is the contact us page. So I'll add a contact us page, and then go ahead and choose the template, which is the Elementor full width over here, and then click on publish. All right, so now let's see if you are through with it. Also we have to add the artist. Okay, so the artist. So yeah, basically that is it. So we're gonna add the artist. Okay, so I'm gonna add artist page. Okay, so the artist page. Okay, that is where all the artists are going to be you know, placed. And then click on publish, and we are good to go. So now I think everything is great, everything is good. Now we have all the pages that we need. Now we have to set up our menus, and then we can use those menus to create the header and then the footer. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and then set up our menu. So to do so, you have to hover on appearance over here, click on menus over here, and you are here. Now you see that we don't have any menus over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create, if you look at this particular one, we have the left menu and then the right menu. Okay, you can decide to create any kind of menu that you want, by name it anyhow you want. Okay, so first of all, I would say maybe I'll create main menu, and then I'm gonna just, you know, use it on the primary over here. So I'm gonna just create this one, and then on the main menu we have home, music store, artists, how it works, and then blog. Oh, we did not create the blog page. Okay, so we're going to add this home. We have two homes to differentiate with it, so I'm going to just add these two homes over here, so that one will be a custom link. So I'll remove the custom link. About, we don't have about. We have artist, we have shop, and then maybe how it works, right? How it works. Okay, so how it works, and then the blog. So I'm going to add this one to this place, And like I told you, oh, I did not add it. So I'm come over here, home, artist, another home, how it works, shop. Okay, so click on add to menu over here, and as you can see, we have, so this is the custom link that I was talking about. So I'm going to remove this one and bring this one over here. So we have the shop, which will come over here, and this shop we're going to name it music store. Okay, music store. So this is what we're going to have, and then we have artists, we have how it works. Okay, so the only thing we need to bring is the blog. So I'm going to save this one. All right, so now I'll go back to my pages over here, click on add a page over here, and I'll call the page blog. Okay, and I'm just going to just click on publish. And now what I'm going to do next is to go to settings over here, and then remember I told you we'll come back to reading. Click on reading over here, and over here we're going to set a static page for our home page, and then we set also a blog page. So we're going to come over here, and since we have our home page already, so we're going to just click on home, and then over here we also have our blog. We set it as our blog page, and then we click on save changes. Okay, so now let's go back to the appearance and then menus over here, and then we set up the other also menu. So I'm going to create another menu. So I'll click on create a new menu, and then this menu I'll call it maybe let me just call it right menu. Okay, so I'll call it right menu. All right, so I'll click on create menu over here, and then on the right menu, what do we have? We have FAQs, contact, and then the login over here. So we're gonna go over here, and then we have FAQ, contact, and we're gonna add this one to it. And then when you come over here, which says login sign up, we're gonna click over here, then click on this login, and then we add it over here. So we have this three things also over here. And then when you log in, it should also show log out. Okay, so we're gonna click on log out also. We're gonna add log out also over here. Okay, so basically that is what we will use. And then this one, we're not going to set it to any place. We're just going to click on save menu. Okay, so let's rearrange it. FAQ, contact, and then log out. Okay. All right, so now that we have this two menus set up on our home page, now it is for us to scroll down over here and then look at the quick links, the music genres, and then also we have the for musicians. So we can create this one and this one, and this one we don't have the categories yet, so we're not going to create it. But let's go over here, and then whilst we are here, let's create the other menu. So we're going to create a new menu, and we call the new menu quick links. Okay, so we're going to come over here and then just name it quick links, and then click on create over here. All right, so now that we've set it and created the quick links, we have to add items to it. So what we're going to do, what is under the quick links? What is under the quick link? About us, music store, artists, how it works, FAQs, contact, and then my account. Okay, so artists, contact us, FAQ, how it works, about us, my account, and then shop. Okay, so the shop is the music store, remember that. So we have about us on top, the music store, which is the shop. So we're gonna come over here, and over here we're gonna rename it to music store. Okay, so we click on this arrow to close it, and then we have artists, how it works, and then FAQ. So artists, how it works, FAQs, and then we also have my account. I'm going to change the A to capital A, my account. Okay, so now we have this one over here, so we're going to click on save menu over here. All right, so now that we have this one also set up, we are good to go. So we've created the quick links menu. Now we can also create another menu, and then this menu we're going to call it for musicians. So we have the become a seller, we have vendor dashboard, we have music store, and we also have vendor login. Okay, so vendor dashboard, music store, and vendor login. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and then we say for musicians, right? So for musicians. Okay, so we're going to create this one. So now we have for musicians menu over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and then we'll add 1, 2, 3, and then this one to it. So we're going to have these 4 items over here. So first of all, the first one is become a seller, and when you look at the links is vendor membership. So we're going to go over here and then bring this one and change this one to become a seller. Become a seller over here. Okay, this one is going to be music store. All right, so and then store manager over here. So let's look at the store manager also. We're gonna go over here, and then store manager is vendor dashboard. Okay, so we're gonna go over here and change this one to vendor dashboard. Okay, and then vendor registration, we have vendor registration over here. Okay, so we also have vendor login, which is so I'm going to remove this one over here, and then I'm going to come over here and then click on this one, and this one is also store manager over here, and this one I'm going to change it to vendor login, and I'm going to click on save menu. So now let's look at the arrangement over here first. Become a seller, vendor dashboard. So it goes like this: become a vendor dashboard, and then like this, and then let's click on save menu. All right, so now we have for musicians also created. Now the next one we have to do is the music genres. So genres, so we're gonna go over here to click on create a new music, and then we call this one music genres, and then we're going to click on create over here. All right, so since we don't have any product category over here, so we're going to leave it as it is, then we'll come back to it later on to fix it. So now we have almost all of them, so let's go over here to products over here and then create our categories. So we're going to create all the categories that we need. So let's look at the categories that we have over here. We have Afrobeats, a piano, gospel, high life, hip hop, hip life, R&B, and then we have albums, right? So I'm gonna just go over here, and then first of all, I don't want to see this uncategorized. So what I'll do is I'll just quick edit this one. Instead of uncategorized, I'm gonna change it to maybe Afrobeat, right? So now it's gonna be my that's going to be my first one, and now change this one to Afrobeats. Okay, now update the category. So any music that is uncategorized is going to go to Afrobeat. Okay, now I can click on edit over here, and then also upload an image for it. So I'm going to click over here, and I don't have any images for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside my my AfroMusic folder over here, and then first of all, I'm just going to add all the images I'm going to use for the website to it. So I'll drag in all the images that I'm going to use for the website, and then wait for it to upload, and then we are good to go. All right, guys. So our music has been up. Our images have been uploaded successfully over here, as you can see. Now we are good to go to choose whatever image that we want to use for our website. So we're looking for piano, Afrobeat. Sorry. So let's see. Oh yeah. So we're gonna use this particular one over here for our Afrobeat, music, and we can just click on update to update it. So now we've created a category for Afrobeat, so we can go back to categories over here, and then we can go ahead and create the other category. So I'm going to create piano, and then over here I'm going to add an image to it for piano. So let's see where the piano is. Okay, so this particular one over here, and I'm going to add it and click on add new category. And over here, I'm going to click on, close this one. Over here, I'm going to create another category, which is called maybe high life. And I'm going to go over here to and get an image for the high life, this particular one over here. I'm going to use this one, click on add new category. I'll come over here and create another category, which is hip life. For those of you who are in Ghana, you know what hip life is. So I'm going to click over here and then just use this one over here and then add new category. Okay, so another one is hip hop over here. Click on this one and I'll use this guy over here, add this one, and then click on add new category. Okay, so R&B also over here, R&B music, and then I'm gonna choose this one, scroll down and click on add new category, and then the last one is gonna be gospel, and choose gospel over here, and then add new category. All right, so we have about 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 categories over here to use, so we are good to go. So let's go back to our menus over here, appearance, menus, and then we can add the genres that we've added over here to we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 that we're going to add over here. So let's look for it. So you see we don't have any product category over here, we only have categories, which is not related to product. This is specifically related to post. So to get product category, you're going to go over here to the top, click on screen options over here, and then make sure that you select product category over here. Check this box and click on the screen options to go back, and when you come over here you see product categories over here, so click on it, view all categories, and you can add all the categories that you want to add. So you can add all the categories that you want to add, and you're good to go, and you click on save changes. All right, so now that we have everything done, now it is now time for us to start styling our website, and the header, footer, and all those kind of stuff. So we're gonna go straight to appearance over here, and then we have something we call customize. Okay, now over here you can click over here to go to where we want to go, or you can come over here to click on customize over here. Okay, so which other way will work for you? So I'm going to click over here, click on customize. I'll use a new new tab to open it, so that I can go back to my dashboard anytime I want to go back over here. All right, so now that we are over here, now we want to set our colors. Okay, so that is the most important thing, set your colors. So click on colors and font, click on colors over here, and now we want to set all these colors over here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 colors. Okay, and as you can see, I have all these 9 colors over here. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this one and then come over here and then paste it over here. Okay, so this the first one. We come over here, copy the second one, copy it, come over here, and also paste it over here. We come over here, copy the third one, copy it, come over here, and also paste it over here. We come to the next one, we copy this one also, which is the fourth one. We come over here and we paste it over here. Okay, let's go to the fifth one, that is A1. Copy it, 1 2 3 4 5. Come over here and then paste it over here. And then let's go to the sixth one, copy this one, copy it. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, this one, come over here and then paste it over here. Now let's go to the other ones, which is 252525, which is the seventh one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Copy this one and then paste it also over here. And we're going to go to another one, which is this one, 161616. So which is the eighth one. Copy it and then paste it over here. So now you see that everything is changing. Copy the last one, copy it, come over here, and then we change it over here. Okay, so now everything looks darker. If you take a look at it, now we're going to darker mode over here. So this is what we want to do. Okay, so basically that is how our website looks like. Now the content links, I'm going to just say no underline for now. Okay, so we're not going to now don't mind this one, just publish this one over here and then refresh it again. You see that it's going to come back to its normal sense. Okay, so basically that is it. Now let's look at how our header looks like. So this is how our header looks like, and we're going to make sure that we have a header also set up correctly. So we have the top header and then the middle row header. So we're going to go over here and then check it. So let's go to header over here, and then first of all our logo is in the middle. Okay, and we have our primary menu over here, and then we also have another menu which we have to set to the secondary menu, otherwise it's not going to work. So I'm going to just put secondary over here. Okay, I'm going to put secondary over here, and I'll click over here, I'll put it over here. Oh no, sorry, I'll put it over here, and then over here I'm going to add a cart, and then also I'll add another maybe search, which will come over here, and this one will come over here. Okay, so maybe the search will come just like this one, and this one is gonna come here. All right, so we have something like this. Now the logo, we're going to change it. So click on over here and then change the logo to the logo that you want. So we're going to use this logo. We're going to skip cropping, and then as you can see, we go to click on this one, no logo and title, but just logo. We have this one done. Now on the main row over here, click on the wrench icon over here, or this settings icon, and come to its design over here. And then you can change this one to any color that you want. So as you can see, any color that you feel is okay for you, you can be able to use it. Okay, so we have this one done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to publish this one, go back to my menus over here, change it to where I have the right menu over here, just select this one, and then you see display location, assign it to secondary over here, and then click on save. Now let's go back to customize and refresh our website, and now our menu, which is on the right, is now going to be there. So as you can see, we have FAQs, we have contact us, and we have logout. If you go over here, we have FAQs, contact us, and we have what, logout over here. As easy as ABC. Now we're going to go back over here And then we're going to go to our header over here with the logo. You can click over here and then maybe change it to maybe make it a little bit bigger. Okay, depends on how you want it. So this bigger will be quite all right, but also come over here and then change it to you know, anyhow that you want it. Okay, so over here we're going to make it 150 and it's going to be something like this, right? Over here also we can make it maybe 200. It's going to be something like this. These are the responsiveness. So that is it. So change it to anyhow you want it. Okay, so basically that is it. And then also over here you see that on this page we have dashboard over here. Okay, so we have to also do same. So what we're going to do is we're going to click over here and then bring a button. Okay, so there should be a button on the last end over here, and this button we're going to call it dashboard. Okay, and if you go over here, the color is white. So this dashboard will lead to the vendor dashboard or the store dashboard. So let me refresh this one. This is how it looks like. This one is going to go to the vendor dashboard. So let's go ahead and then pick that vendor dashboard over here. We're going to go over here and then pick the vendor dashboard. Okay, so this one, store manager. So we're going to click over here and then come over here and then paste the link over here. All right, so now you see that the link is not what we want. Okay, so I'm going to just come over here and go back over here, and then we want to set up our link wall. So what we have to do is go to settings over here, go to permalinks. Okay, I see the link is plain. Make sure you change it to post name over here, and then click on save changes. Now we can have our link wall structured when we go to pages, all pages, and then if we pick store manager, which is the vendor dashboard, copy the link, we come over here and then paste it over here. See, now it is saying was store manager. It is not saying the page number and all those kind of stuff. So that is what basically it. So we publish it. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to show it to only you know, we want to make it visible to only logged in users. So if you are logging, you can see it, but if you are logged out, you cannot see it. Okay, so over here, if you are logging, you can see it, but if you come over here and if you are logged out, you see that you cannot see any button over here. So that is what we want to do. Okay, so now we can go ahead and publish it. Now let's go to it, design over here, and whatever you do, make sure you publish it. So the color over here, we're going to choose maybe this one, or you can just go ahead and choose all white for it. With the background color, make sure you choose this one. Hover, also make sure you choose this one. Hover over here, you can choose you know, darker black for it, depends on how you want it, something like this, right? Then border radius, we don't want any border radius. Okay, so we don't want any border. We click on publish over here. All right, so basically we are okay with this one. Okay, now let's look at the fonts to be used for this particular one. So we're gonna use two different fonts. We're gonna use play, fair, display, and then we also use what we call poppins. Okay, so over here we're gonna go over here to let's go to font. Okay, so font and colors over here with the buttons also over here. With this text, we're gonna use all white, so the text will be all white, and this one is quite okay. Now border radius, no border radius, so make sure you stick to that. Now typography over here, system font, we're gonna use poppins for it. Okay, so the system font is going to load Poppins, and then the heading will be using Playfair. Okay, so Playfair display. Okay, use this one, Playfair display. Then you can set your font, your font size on any screen. Okay, so if this one is, let's say 45, this one will be, let's say 32, this one will be, let's say 20, 28. Okay, so depending on how you want it, so make sure that you set it quite well on all the screens. Okay, so that is what basically what you mean. And then also let's go back over here, then let's go back to the header over here. Now with the header, the navigation, you want to go ahead and then just make sure that everything works perfectly well. So with this one, we can just change it to this particular one, and then navigation font, you want to reduce it a little bit to either 15 or 14. The same thing applies to this particular one. Change this one to this, and then navigation font, reduce it to 15. Okay, we're gonna have something like this, and then with this we choose this one, and then the design also total background. This is a total, and then a total background. We want to use this one, and then reduce the size or the opacity. Okay, reduce the opacity like this. Okay, so everything is really falling in place like the way we want it. So we're going to publish it. Now the next one for us to do is the top header over here, which have this text over here, and then also this social icons over here. So we're going to go over here and then add them over here. So over here we're going to change the background to this red color, and then over here what we do is we add HTML over here, and then we also add social. So with the HTML, we're going to put in this text over here, copy all of them and make it bold and italic. Go here, choose the font color that you want to display. So if it is like this, you display it, but we want to display all white. And then we come over here and then we reduce the size to, let's say 14. Okay, which is quite okay. And then with the typography, you can choose anyone that you want to choose. If there is a link, you choose whether you want to underline it or not. The same applies to social also. Make sure you choose the right colors and all those things. So we're going to use all white for it, and then when you hover on it, let's make it like a yellow or something. And then with the background, we'll say no background for it, and then even when they hover also no background for it. So you see it's going to be something like this. Okay, so which is quite okay, so we can publish it. All right, so now our header is looking great. Our header is looking great. Now let's go over here and then go to where we have sticky header. Okay, so when you come to header over here, we have sticky header over here. So we want it to be sticky. Now if you scroll, you see that this main row header is what is sticky, and that is what we want. So we'll go over here to sticky, and then we say enable sticky. We say yes, and then enable just on the main row. Okay, so meaning that if you scroll, it's going to be sticky. Now if you want to use a different logo on the sticky header, you can choose a different logo for it. So as you can see, I'm using a different logo on the sticky header. So if I scroll, you see that the logo changes over here. The logo changes over here, and that's exactly what we are doing over here. There's a different logo on the sticky header. So we say maybe 280, and then when you go over here, we say maybe 180, and then when you go over here, we say maybe 150. All right, so basically that is it. Let's publish it, and let's go over here and refresh the website. And now we have our website working perfectly well. All right, so we need to show the blog over here. Okay, so we did not, so we're gonna go to appearance over here, go to menus over here, because if you look at it, there is blog over here, right? Go to menus over here, and then we click on the main menu, click on select, and then we're going to add a blog page. So let's look at our blog page. We're going to add a blog page over, and then under the music store also there is product categories also over there. So we're going to select all the product categories and we add it to the music store. So we can bring the music store over here and then just add all those product categories under the music store. Okay, and then we can just push the music store yeah, here. Okay, so now we are good to go. All right, so if you come over here and refresh it, I see now everything is working perfectly well. The only thing is we also have to make sure that this one also picks the color that we want. Okay, so let's go ahead and then solve that issue. So we're gonna go over here, go to navigation over here, and then we have drop down options. So we go over here, and then for the color, for the drop down options, I'm gonna change it. So this color is gonna be let's pick this one, and then let me see. Okay, so and then this one is gonna be this. Okay, so when you hover, what do you have? We have this one. Let's go over here. When you hover, okay, this one in black. Okay, so we're gonna go over here and choose the same thing for this. So let's publish it. Let's come over here, refresh it, and that is it. We have something like this. So this one needs to be darker than the header. So we're gonna come over here and then go to general. Let me go over here and see. Go to drop down over here, and let's pick this color, publish it, come over here, refresh it. Now yes, this is exactly what we want. Now let's come over here to see how this one looks like. Okay, so over here we have the item divider over here. They're using this one and then they faded it a little bit, so we're going to also do same. So we come over here, refresh the website, and this one looks more brighter, so we're gonna just continue fading it so we get, you know, it to be lighter. All right, so similar to what we you know, what we have. So guys, our header is almost done. Now let's check and see if it is responsive on mobile. So let's check the mobile header also. So we're gonna go to mobile, and this is how it looks on mobile. But if you click on this, you can't see nothing. Okay, so we're going to go back to menus over here and then recreate our mobile header, our mobile menu. Okay, so we have to recreate our mobile menu. So we're gonna click on create over here, and then over here we're gonna say mobile menu, and then we put it under mobile, and then we say create. Okay, so what we will do is we're gonna pick all the things from both sides. So home, blog, artist, FAQ, how it works. Let me see. Okay, shop, and then contact us. Then let me add my account to it. click on this one. And I'm also going to add login and then log out also to it, and click on this one. Okay, so we have home music store. So I'm gonna come over here and change this one to music store. Of course, you can go ahead and add the categories, product categories to the music store. Okay, I'm not going to do that, but you can do that. And then we have artist, we have blog. We can bring the how it works over here. We have blog FAQs, and then we have my account. Okay, so basically this is it. Now let's click on save menu, and then let's come over here and then refresh this one. Okay, so now we go to our header over here. Now let's go to our change it to our menu, and then click over here to see how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. All right, so basically what we're going to do is we can even add a button also over here if you want to. Okay, and then also what we will do is we want to change it to, let's look at how this one looks like on the mobile side. All right, so this is how it looks like. So we have the hamburger icon over here, we have the logo over here, and then we have these two items over here. So that is exactly what we want to do. So we have the logo in the middle, the trigger or the hamburger over here, and then we have the cart, and then we also have the search also over here. So it's going to be something like this. Now with the logo, we can go ahead and then just reduce it small like this, right? So it will fit into what we want. And then over here also we can just go ahead and then even reduce the size of this one, and then change the color to a little bit whiter like this. Over here also we're gonna go to the cart, go to it over here. You can change it to 1 over here, and then the cart colors you can decide to play around it. So I'm gonna just change the cart background, the cart total over here. I'm going to use this one, cart total background too. I'll use this one and choose transparency for it. Okay, so I think I'm good with this one. The only thing is I have to check this one. I'm going to use this big one over here, and then over here I'll choose this one. Okay, so I think we're also good over here. Now what I'll do is I'll click over here, and then you can either make it a full screen or not. So let's see if it is a full screen. Okay, so it's not a full screen, so it's gonna be the normal left side. So it is like it's gonna come from left, and then the body also move when it toggles. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this. Yeah, perfect. Something like that. And then over here, let's see what they have. They have home music store, blah 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 blah. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So home music store, artists, how it works, blog, FAQs, contact us, and all those things. All right, so we're gonna come over here, and what we're going to do is we're gonna make this colors also pop, so like this. And then let's see. Okay, so we don't have any divider also, so we can go ahead and remove the divider. And there is a button. Okay, so over here also there is a button that says dashboard. So like we did for the first one, just type in your dashboard over here, and then enter your the URL that you want to enter relating to the dashboard. Okay, so the URL that we used relating to the dashboard. Now we have our dashboard over here. Now the next one is we add an HTML, and then we add our logo. Okay, so if you see, this is the logo over here, so we're going to add our logo inside this HTML. So we're going to go to general over here, delete this one, and add media to it. So we can add this logo, and then we can even make sure that we add a text leading to, we add a link that will lead to our homepage of the website. So basically we have this one over here, and if you click over here, we're gonna have something like this. Okay, so I think everything is quite okay, and you can either reduce the size of the navigation, the font size to any size that you want. So let's go over here and change it to any size that you want, depending on how you want it. You can even come over here and even give it a vertical spacing and all those kind of stuff. Okay, so basically I think everything looks fine, everything looks okay. So yeah, we are good to go. So now we are good to go. All right, so now that we have our mobile also set up, everything set up, now we can go ahead and start creating our footer. So let's come over here, go back over here, and then go back over here, and then look into our footer. Okay, so with the footer over here, what we are going to do is we're going to click on this one, and then if you look at this one, let me just close this one. If you look at it and you scroll down over here, what you have is this kind of nice footer over here. So we have this one over here which is designed by template seller. So we're going to go over here, and then I will just open this one up. I'm going to delete the theme credit over here, and then I'll put this line over here, and then I'll say designed by Kitech Digital. Okay, and then I'll just come over here and then put my link inside. All right, so as you can see, this is it over here. Now check and see the footer over here, and then also the middle one over here. So this is the bottom footer. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to design over here, and then the font, we change the font to I think 14 is quite okay, and then also you can change this one to any color that you want, and then also the link colors, you can also change it to any color that you want. So when they hover on it, this is going to be, and we don't want any underline, so it's going to be something like this. All right, so let's come over here and see. Okay, so we can make sure that everything is placed the way we want it. Okay, perfectly the way we want it. Okay, so now we can click on bottom over here, and now when we scroll, we can decide to give it this one, maybe oh sorry, let's give it a 30, but let me just let it come back over here. Now the top spacing over here, we're going to give it a 10, and the bottom spacing also over here, we're going to give it a 10. So it's going to be something like this. And then when you scroll over here and you come to the footer bottom row, I'm going to choose color which, okay, so all the colors that I want to choose is not in, so I'm just going to choose a darker color over here. Now what I will do is I will also give it a border. So I'll give it an upper border over here, or top border, which is 1. And then I'm going to use this one, and I'll just make sure that it is a little bit transparent like this. Okay, so now we are done with the bottom footer, and then we come to the middle row over here. So with the middle row, we can decide to make it 4 and make it something like this. Let's also go ahead and then add all what we need to add over here. So we add widget 1, we add widget 2, we're going to add widget 3, and then let me see, yeah, we add widget 4 also to it. Okay, so the widget 2, we're going to add navigation over here. So we'll come over here and then choose navigation menu, and then we choose the quick links. We select quick links over here. So see why it's important for us to create all those things. You see, now we have the quick links over here. Now we also come over here to the second nav widget, the second widget, and then we also use navigation over here. We also use navigation over here, and then also we choose music genres over here. Then we say music genres. Okay, and then we come back to the next one, and also over here we also use navigation menu, and then we say for musicians, and then we choose the for musicians also over here. All right, so I think everything is quite okay. The last one we need to do is to use the first widget, which over here we're going to add an image, load an image, or select an image. So we're going to choose this AfroMusic over here, and then underneath the AfroMusic we also will have to choose paragraph over here. I'm going to add this text into it. So we're going to add a text into this one, and as you can see, I can't really see it over here, but I'm guessing everything is perfectly designed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, go to it, design over here, and then with the widget titles we're going to give it this link, because as you can see, you have this particular link over here. And then we're going to go ahead and then just make sure that this one is up to 17. And then we also have the widget content also. With the widget content we're going to use this one, and then we go over here and make sure that it is up to 15 or 14, depending on how you want it. So let's make it up to 15. Okay, and then the links color also, we're going to use this one, and hover we use this one, and then we say no underline. And then also with the background, okay, with the background also over here, what we're going to do is you see this one has kind of like how do you call it, an image background. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to select this one, and then instead of color we move away to image over here, select the image that we want to select. So we want to choose let's choose this ones over here. Let me use this one. I'm gonna delete this one because I don't need this one. So I'm gonna use this one and then choose background image for it. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. So this is how it looks like, right? Yeah, so we put it on cover and then we put it on fix. Okay, so it means that when somebody is scrolling when the person is scrolling, it's gonna be what fixed over there. But one thing I noticed is we don't have that kind of darker background over here. So what you do is you need to use Photoshop or any other editing tool to make sure that you have a darker kind of color over here. So let me just change this one and choose this particular one, okay, which I have already prepared for it, and then use it over here. And as you can see, everything looks fine over here. I'm going to publish this one. I'm going to go to the front end and see if so now everything is showing perfectly the way I want it. The only thing is I need to have this red kind of thing over here. So as you can see, there is this red over here. So what I'll do is I'll still click over here, scroll down, and then there is a border. Choose the border over here, choose this one, then make it like a 5, okay, and publish it. And if I come in front and I refresh it, now you see it looks perfectly great. So now I have my header and footer done. Now let's go to the footer also. Now I'm going to refresh this one so that this place appears. All right, so as you can see over here, we have this one which is now working perfectly over here. This is now working perfectly over here. Okay, so now everything is looking great. Now let's go to the footer over here. Look at how it appears on mobile. So mobile, this is how it looks like. If you don't want it this way and you want it to be in the middle, of course you can do so for it. So all what you need to do is to go over here and then choose the mobile and then put it in the middle, and as you can see, everything is in the middle. Go the same way, choose mobile, put it in the middle, and everything is in the middle. Go the same way, choose mobile, put it in the middle, that is here, put it in the middle, and everything is in the middle. The same one for musicians. This particular icon over here, choose this one, put it in the middle, and everything is going to be in the middle. And as you can see, when you have all your footer items in the middle, you can publish it and you are good to go. So now on the desktop it looks like this, but on the mobile it looks like this. All right, so now I feel like we are done. So let's go over here and then go to design over here, and then let's look at the widget content over here on mobile, okay, and reduce it a little bit to maybe 14 or 13. 13 is quite okay, and we are good to go. So now it looks fine, looks okay. We can publish it and we are good to go. So we have a header and footer set for our website to start getting the look and feel that we really need. Okay, so that is how you can be able to create a very nice header and footer for your website. Now we're going to go ahead and then design the home page and also design all the other pages that we are that makes the website really looks nice. Okay, so don't go anywhere, let's keep going and we'll almost be done soon. Now we're going to focus on creating products and then also using Elementor to do all our designs that we have to do. Let's go into it by creating all our products that we need to create and then use it to design the website. All right guys, so now that we are over here, now we wanted to create products, but before we create products, this is a multi-vendor music website. So what we have to do is to create some artists on the website. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create some few artists, and then with that you can be able to create your own artists. So if you go to the artist page over here, you see that there are a lot of artists over there, right? So there are a lot of artists over here, and then from that you can decide to create your own artists. Okay, so I'm just going to create some few artists which I'll use 2 or 3 songs to start designing the website, so that you guys get a fair idea of how to create an artist and all those kind of stuff. So there are 2 ways to create an artist. First of all, you can let the artist, or you can go through the artist, become a seller and all those kind of stuff, or you can decide to go through the normal stage whereby the admin does it at the back end. So since we haven't set up the registration, the vendor membership and all those things, now what we are going to do is we're just going to use this option over here for the admin to create those artists, so that we can be able to start designing the website. So we're going to create just 2 artists, so you guys will have a fair idea of how to create artists. So I'm going to just click over here. I'm going to go straight over here, click on it, and then from this place I can go ahead to create an artist. Okay, so creating an artist is creating a vendor. Okay, so we go to store vendors over here, and then we add new vendor over here. So when you want to create an artist, it's just like creating a vendor, store vendor. So that is it. So over here you add the username, the email address, the first name, the last name, and then you fill in some few details over here, and you are good to go. Okay, so I'm just gonna do so, and then quickly we go over there. So over here I'm going to just create let me see, I'm going to create this person called King Melo. So I'm going to create somebody called King Melo over here, and then email address, I can just put King Melo at AfroMusic .com, and then first name I'll say King, last name I'll say Melo. And then when you go to the general settings for the store name is King Melo, and then the slag is going to be King Melo, and then the store email address is also King Melo at AfroMusic.com. So the telephone number, you can just put in any telephone number you want, and then the store logo, so you can just select the logo over here. So let's see the Kimelo, this guy over here. So we're gonna go over here and look for the guy. So how come I don't see the guy? Let me check again. Okay, the guy playing the drums. I'm gonna go over here and see if I see any guy playing the drums. So I could just use anybody over here. So let me just use this guy over here, and then I'll just create it. So I'm just going to change the name over here to Nana Say. Nana Osei. So it's going to be Nana Osei. Nana Osei. And then here is going to be Nana Osei at whatever it is. And then here will be Nana. And then here will be Osei. Yeah, very good. So here also will be Nana Osei. And then the slag will be Nana Osei. So basically this place will also be Nana Osei. All right, so that is it. And then over here you can choose a banner for it, and then you can also choose a mobile banner and all those things. Store listing banner you can also choose, and then you can add a description for it, the address and all those things. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now you can go through all this all this settings over here, but I'm going to leave it as it is, and then click on sorry. Oh, I clicked on this one instead of click on save changes or save the thing. I just click on. So I'm gonna go again. Let me go over here again, and then I'm just gonna add new over here. And as we did, this one is gonna be Nana Osei. We go over here, it's gonna be Nana Osei at AfroMusic. afromusic.com, and then we go over here, it's going to be Nana, and then over here is going to be Osei. Okay, so let me just make it small letters, and then also small letters. Okay, so over here the store name is going to be Nana Osei, and then the slag will be Nana Osei, and then store email, we can put the same email address over here, and then you can add a store phone and all those things, and then we can change the logo, or we can add a logo and add this guy to it, and then you can finish with everything, and then you click on submit over here. So click on submit over here to submit it. So as you can see, we have created one vendor over here. Okay, now I'm going to add another vendor also. So I'm going to just click on add new, and then let's see another artist that we want to add. So I'm going to add this girl over here who is Zina Blaze. So, and then I'll also add this guy J Rams. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and add Zina Blaze. Go over here and then copy this one and then paste it over here and say at AfroMusic.com. Go to this one and say Zina, and then the last name will be Blaze. Of course, maybe somebody's stage name will not be the same as their first name and last name, so you should check it. And then store name is going to be Zina Blaze. Okay, and then the slag is going to be Zina Blaze, and then the email address, we're going to copy this one and come and paste it over here. Then we check the image over here, and then we submit it. And then we scroll down. You can fill in all these details, and then you go ahead and then submit it. All right, so now we have 2 artists created. Now let's go to the next one. I'm going to add the last artist, and then we can go ahead and start creating our products, and then assign them to the artist. So username over here, we're going to say J Rhymes. J Rhymes, let me see. Okay, all right, so J Rhymes, and then email address, I'm going to copy this one, paste this one, and then J Rhymes at maybe J Rhymes music.com. Okay, and then the first name is J, the last name is Rhymes, and then we go over here, the store name, we're gonna say J Rhymes, and then the slag, it's gonna be J Rhymes, and then the store email address, you can copy this one, then come and paste it over here. Okay, and then also the store phone, you can add it over here, and then over here we can just go ahead and then just come over here and then use this image over here for J Rhymes, and then we can select it over here, and we can go ahead and click on submit over here. So now we have how many? 3 different artists in our store. If you go over there, we check, we're gonna see that we have 3 different artists over here. So we've created 3 different artists over here, and we can go ahead and then just make sure that we create products and then assign them to these stores. So we can go ahead and then start creating our store. Now, one thing I noticed while browsing through it is that even though our website is sticky, our header is sticky, when it changes color to white. Okay, we don't want it to do that, so we're gonna go back over here, and then we're gonna go to this place, go back to the header. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the header. Now we are in the customizer section over here, and then we click over here, or let's go back over here, and then sticky header over here, and then we go to design over here, and then scroll down, and then go ahead and change the sticky background, then make it any background that you want, so that it will fit in perfectly. So if you go to our store once again over here and refresh it, you're supposed to have this color over here, so it makes our website the everything that we want it to appear very nicely, and that is it. So that is perfectly done. All right, so now that we've created our how do you call it, 3 different store vendors, we can go ahead, or artists, we can go ahead and then manage or create products for them. So we can go over here to add product over here, or product. We don't have any product over here, so we can go ahead and add product. Okay, so there are 2 places as an admin can add product over here, or when you go back over here, you can also add product over here. Okay, so we can add product over here, but whilst I'm here, I'm just going to add a product over here. So you see, we can choose either simple, variable, or whatever product, but what we're going to use is this simple product over here, and then it's supposed to be downloadable product, and it's also a virtual product. So the product name, let me go over here, and then go to the music store itself, and I'm going to just create some few music, then assign it to these people. So we have this guy over here called J Rhymes. So I'm gonna pick this guy over here, who is J Rhymes. So that will be the title of my my how do you call it, the title of my my music, right? The music that I'm creating, J Rhymes, and then the title over here, and then we pick a price for it. So the price is 19 USD, so it is what, 19 over here. And then when we scroll down, we can pick an image for it. So we're creating an album. Okay, so I'm gonna pick this album image for it, and then over here we can pick a short description. So you can just pick this short description over here. You can just pick this short description over here, just put it over here, right? So I don't want the black to come in it, so I'm just going to erase it. Okay, so basically this is how it looks like. And then we come over here, you can also give a long description if you want. So if you scroll by here, you see that they have a long description over here. So I can decide to pick this one also, come over here and put them over here. So you see it picks that dark color, which I don't want it to pick, so I'm just going to delete it, and then come over here, put it over here, and then go over here and then cut it, and then come over here, and then just have it over here. So we have this over here. So we have the genre, which is Afrobeat. So I'm just going to make sure that everything is in line with what we okay. So these are the tracks. Okay, so we can give it like like a header over here, so we can give it like a heading. Okay, and these ones are the genre, or the genre, or whatever thing that you guys call it, right? These are the tracks. Okay, so track 1, track 2, whatever it is, you can just name it over here. And then over here, there is a, let's say, an Afrobeat, and then yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so album is supposed to be an album, but the album did not really show over here. Okay, so meaning that we did not create album as product. Let's go over there and see if you created an album as product. Okay, so our album is not over here, so we can create an album as product, and then you can just add, you know, anything over here. So let's add this one and then add it. So we have an album over here. So if you go to the music store, so let's say we want to save it as draft. You can save it as draft, and then we can refresh the website, and now we have an album over here. So it's also an album over here. And when you come down over here, you see the inventory. We're going to sort it individually over here. Always make sure that it's sold individually. And then when you go to downloadable, you can add your you know, your tracks over there. So the name of the file, you can put it over here. So I'm just going to copy this one, this whole one, scroll down over here, come over here and put it over here. And then I'll just click on upload. And then what I advise people to do best is make sure that you have you know, it's an album, so there will be many tracks. It's either one, you upload the tracks individually and then add them one after the other, or you can just zip all of them in a folder. So like I said, I'll just bring my track over here, or my album over here, and then, you know, just select it. So this is going to be the file that they're going to download, and when they download, it's going to be so many tracks, or the full album in it. They just have to unzip it, and they're going to have you know, what they need. And then the download limit, you can set a limit for it. You can also download expiry, so I'm just going to give it you know, 365 days. For a year it will expire. So if you want to download again, you have to purchase this one. So basically it's, so if there are more than one file, you can just click on this add over here and still add, you know, maybe you want to add it track by track, you can just do so. But I'll advise you to, you know, put all your tracks in one folder and zip it and then upload it. That one will be far better. So once you have it over here, now we go to the music player itself. Okay, so as you can see, we have settings for the music player over here. So we want to say include music player, so we want to include it, and then you can include it on all pages, but I'm just going to include it on the single product page. Okay, so single product page. And then if there are more than one, you know, player in it, you can just you know, add it over here, merge all of them together to be one, and then you can check all the settings, and then after that, if everything is fine, you just need to note that if there is no song over here, okay, for instance, you see this is the folder, so it doesn't see it as a song, but let's add one song. Okay, so let's just add one intro song, right? So we're gonna just upload one intro song. So I'm going to just go over here and then go to you know, my downloads over here, and then check my audios over here, and then I'm just going to just pull in one audio in it. All right, so we have one audio over here, so I'm just going to just place it over here, and then I'll still copy this one and come over here and paste it over here. Okay, so this is going to be the file that will play, okay, because it is an audio, right? So this is going to be the file that will show on the front end. So if everything is okay, if you think everything is all right, you just need to click on submit. Okay, and when you click on submit, depending on how the admin has set it up, your product will be published. So as you can see, your product is published over here. Now let's go to the front end to see, or let's go into our store, our music store, to see if our product is published. So as you can see, this is the product over here, and if you go into it, we have the music over here, and everything looks great over here. And this is how you can be able to easily custom create a product or music from the vendor's point of view. All right, so now that we've done it from the vendor's point of view, so this is how the vendors can create it. Now let's go back over here and then create all the products that we want to use for our website. So I'm going to create some few products from the admin also point of view, and how admin can associate this particular product to somebody. Now as you can see over here, this product is not associated to anybody. Okay, if you go into the store manager over here, this product is really not associated to anybody, but we can do so by clicking over here, and then we choose a store or a vendor for the person. So we can go ahead and say maybe J Rhymes, so this guy, and then we can select him over here, and then just click submit. So this will be associated to J Rhymes, right? This will be associated to J Rhymes. Now if you go to the artist page, the nothing is showing over here because we need to use a shortcode for the artist. Okay, and we haven't placed that shortcode in the artist page over here. So I'm going to show you quickly how you can be able to do that so that the artist will be showing over here. All right, so to be able to display the artist in the artist page over here, now what you have to do is go to pages, all pages over here, and then you remember we created an artist page. Okay, so that is this page that you see over here. Now open that particular page over here. So make sure you edit it. So we're going to edit it over here. So click on edit to edit it. And you're going to have something like this. Now over here, just click on this one and search for shortcode. So search for shortcode over here. And then I'm going to show you a shortcode that you can input. So I'm going to copy the artist shortcode from my note over here. I'm just going to copy this one, copy it, and come over here and paste it over here. So you're going to have this shortcode. But now remember that, make sure that the template is on default. Okay, and then click on save over here. So now that we save it, now let's go over here and click on refresh to see if we're going to have an artist page over here. So as you can see, we have the artist showing over here. Okay, we have all the artists showing over here. Now what we can do is we can also do some small editing and other stuff. So see that these things are touching the top and the bottom over here. So we can come over here and then we can just add spacer or something. So just add a spacer over here, and then move to the top, click over here, duplicate it, and then move to the bottom over here, and then just click on save. Then when you come over here, you're going to have a space at the top, you see, at the top and then at the bottom, so that it doesn't really touch everything. Now that we have this one, now over here there's supposed to be something just like, if you see over here, you see an image over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to your customizer over here, and then come over here and then go to post stroke page layout, click on it, and then page layout over here. Okay, under the page layout, make sure that everything is set as how it is, but go to design over here, and then the page title font, you can check it out, and then also the page title background. So we're gonna click over here, and then we're gonna use an image over here. Select the image that you want to use. So you can select any image that you want to use. So any image that I want to use. So let me see. Okay, so I can select this image, or I can select this image. So let me just select this image. I'm going to select this image, and then I will either use featured image for background. So if you don't want to use this one, you can decide to use featured image for background. That's one you can just just try as much as possible to how do you call it, to toggle between this one, toggle it on over here, and it's going to use a featured image. Now what do you mean by featured image? If you go to image over here, you can set featured image for each page that you want. So you see, you can set a featured image over here, but we want to use one particular image across all pages. So I'm just going to on toggle this one, and then over here we say background overlay. So I'm going to just add an overlay over here, and I'm going to just reduce the opacity of the color a little bit. It's going to be something like this. I'm just going to publish it, and when we come to Artiste, and then you see, we're going to have something like this over here. Now over here you can even click on this one, and then you can decide to just do some settings over here. So we say no repeat, we say cover, and then if you want it to be fixed or scroll, you choose what you want. Okay, so depending on what you really want, and then yeah, so you can also shift this one to change the position of the whole image itself, where it will be showing. Okay, so if you shift it on top and you publish it, you go over here, you see that it's showing this way. If you refresh it, you see now we're seeing somewhere around their neck over here. So we can go over here also, and then come to general also over here, and then over here the container minimum width, a title container minimum width, we can choose maybe 300 for it. Go over here and choose 200 for it. Go over here and also choose maybe 180 for it. So each of them is going to be different depending on the screen. So we're going to come over here and then refresh it and see how it looks like. So now we are seeing the head and all that. So this is quite okay. I think this one looks a bit okay. So you can go ahead and create all artists or more artists, and then they are all going to show over here. Okay, so basically we are set with the artist page. Okay, and that is it. So now if I go to maybe J Rhymes over here and click on visit, I can be able to see J Rhymes products that they have in their store. So as you can see, I see what J Rhymes have in their store, and that is what basically how this whole thing looks like. Okay, so now that we are over here, I don't want to make the video very long, so I'm going to go straight and then create some few products, and then we use it to design our website. All right guys, so I have finished creating all the products over here, and as you can see, I've created 4 products to start with. Okay, so what we're going to do is first of all, if you look at the the home page of the website, we have top albums over here, which we're going to use, or top genres over here, which we're going to use Elementor to create. We also have featured albums over here, which we're also going to use Elementor to also create. But when you come over here, we have featured songs over here. So with the featured songs, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and feature some of the songs on the homepage. So I'm just going to click on this one, this star over here. When you click on it, it will reload and then it will show blue for you, meaning it is now set as featured product or featured music. We're going to do same for this one also. And then I'm also going to do same for this particular one also. So basically I'm going to set all the 4 as featured. Okay, I'm going to set all the 4 as featured, and then we'll be good to go. So now that we have our featured product set music set up, now we can go ahead and start creating our website, or our front page of the website. Now to do so, we're going to go to pages over here, click on all pages, and then we look for the home page, okay, which is the front page. We're going to click on edit, and I'm going to go over there, and then we are going to edit it with Elementor to start creating our our home page. So make sure that your page is set as your template is set as Elementor full width, and then click on edit with Elementor. All right, so now that we are over here, what we are going to do is we're going to close this one, and then we get this page over here. So we're going to design our page using Elementor. Now, for those of you who are new in Elementor web page design, it's just very simple, drag and drop. You use containers and widgets and elements to design our website. So you just need to pick a container over here, or click over here to choose a container. Just click over here, choose either flexbox or grid. So say flexbox, you choose any of the layouts that you want or the structure that you want, and then if you want this one, you choose it, and then you can decide to do some settings for the layout. So this is the height, so this is from here to here is the height. So I want it to be like 500 pixel. So you see the height increase. Now over here, what do? I can add something also over here. So I can decide to add something inside this one. I can decide to drag in a text over here, and then I can decide to change the text to maybe welcome to Afro Music. Okay, so as it is, and then I can place the text in the middle, and then over here I can go to, if I click on this 6 dots over here, it takes me to the settings of the container, and I can just set the container settings to anything. I can even increase the size. When I click on the text over here, I can go to its style over here, then typography, I can change the size of it. I can even change the font that I want to use. I can change the font family that I want to use. Pick any font over here. So let's say I want to pick maybe Playfair display. I can pick it, and then it's going to change for me. So basically this is how you do your whole thing, and it's very simple as ABCD. So we're going to just go ahead and then go through the steps in designing this particular homepage as you see over here. So we're going to start from the hero section over here, and we're going to design it step by step. So let's go. So over here we're going to add a container, flexbox container. I'm going to choose this particular container over here, and I'm going to give it a minimum height of let's say 600. Okay, so I'll go to it, advanced over here, unlink this padding over here, give it a top padding of 80, a bottom padding of 80 also, and we're going to have something like this. Now go to a style over here, and then we're going to give it a background, either color, a gradient, video, or slideshow. You can choose any one that you want, but I'm going to use a slideshow over here, and I'm going to select some images that I want to use for the slideshow. So I'm going to go ahead and then select some images I want to use. So let me just choose this one. I don't like this one. Choose this one, and then choose this one, and then I don't like this one. Also don't like this one. Yeah, choose this one. So you see I have it enabled over here. So these are all hero. Okay, so all the heroes that I'm going to use is over there. So I can just even choose 1, 2, and then maybe 3, so that I'll leave this one alone. So it's just going to be 3 over here, and I want this one to be first, I want this one to be second, or I can even decide to make this one second, this one first, this one second, and then this one follows. And then I will insert it over here, and as you can see, boom, now we have a very nice image at the background, which keeps changing and changing. Now we can scroll down, and then just make sure we position the background size as cover, and then also center, and then we use the Ken Burns effect, okay, so that it's going to be like an animation kind of a thing, which is quite okay. And we can just let me see how it looks like over here. Give it kind of like darker overlay. So we're going to come over here and then choose a background overlay for it, and with a background overlay we're going to choose something dark. Okay, so something dark like this, and we can increase it to maybe 65 0.65 over here.
Now we're going to click on this plus icon over here and then drag in a heading text also over here. So as you can see, this is the heading text that we dragged in. And what we're going to do is we're going to position everything inside this container in the middle. So we click on this particular one over here, go to its layout, and then we put everything in center like this. Okay, so we justify things as center, we align things also as center over here. And we're going to click on this particular one, go to style over here, and then change this one to, our playfair display. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make this one 45 or maybe 65 depending on how you want it. And then we make this one like extra bold over here. And then the colors also, we can choose very white color for our design. So it's going to be something like this. Now let's come over here and see what is written over here. So it says what I'm going to copy this one. Welcome to AfroMusic, your blah 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 over here, and then I'll paste it over here. So this is what we're going to get. So click on style over here and then position it as center, and you're going to get something like this. Now if you feel you don't like this one, you can click on this particular how do you call it, the 6 dot over here to open the edit container settings for you. And then over here you can play around with the with the width of the container. So let's choose 900 for it, and it's going to be something like this. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, so now we want to bring something below. Okay, so something like this, join blah 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 over here. So I'm going to copy this one, and then I'll come over here, click on add element over here, and then drag in a text editor widget. Okay, so just drag in a text editor widget, delete what is in and paste in where you copied over here. And this is how it's going to be like. Come over here and then change this one to poppins, right? So we're going to change this one to poppins, and then make sure that it is the size that you really want, and then position this one in the center, align it in the center, and then the text color, you can change it to any kind of color that you want. So it's going to be something like this. So now as you can see, we have we have a text, and then we have a heading, and we also have a subheading over here. Now we want to bring our buttons also in it. Okay, so how do we do that? It's also very simple. We click on the plus icon over here, click on it, and we're going to drag in a container underneath this text over here. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. And then inside the container, we want to place in our buttons. So I'm going to drag in first button over here, and it's going to be something like this. Now I'm going to click on this one to edit the container itself. The direction over here, I'm going to put it row horizontal, and then justify also, I'm going to put it as center over here. And then align items, I also put everything as center. So this is how it's going to be like. So I'll click over here and then edit the button itself. So what do we have on this button? Now we have what we call start listening. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one which says start listening, and then I'll come over here and paste it where it says click here, put it over here. And then you see we will just direct this one to the music store. Okay, so we say shop, which is the music store, and we direct it to it. And then the icon, we're going to choose an icon for it. The icon will be maybe music or anything, maybe a headset or something that you want to use. So we're going to use this headset over here, or this particular headphone over here. And we click over here, and then we have the start listening over here. I think that is it. So we're going to go over here to style. Okay, and then the typography, we're going to use poppins because that is what we are using. We're going to use poppins for all our typography, and then the for buttons and also our text. And then the heading, we're going to use play fair display. So I'm going to choose 17 over here, and transform, I'll say uppercase, so it's going to be something like this. And then let's see I think that is all. And then over here is where I'll choose my my button color, which is this particular one. Now we're going to do some few changes also in the button. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create remove the padding from the button and create our own padding. So here will be 20, bottom will also be 20, and then here will be 30, and then left also will be 30. So we're going to have something like this over here. So now we have this button. Now when you hover on it, what do we want to see? So let's give it a text color, which is also pure white. But when you hover on it, you want the text color to change to black. Okay, so you want the text color to change to this black, and then the background color also we want it to change to this theme accent color, which is like a yellow. So it's going to be something like this. Okay, now let's click over here, right click over here, right click on the pencil icon over here and say duplicate. Okay, so now we have two different icons over here, buttons over here. Now what we have to do is we click over here and then change the settings for this particular one. So here the button says become a vendor, so it's going to go to the vendor registration page or the vendor membership. Okay, so we're going to say membership. So let's just vendor membership over here, and then it says what become a vendor. All right, so we have this one, and then when you go become a member, we have what do we have? Okay, we have a music icon over there. So we go over here and then we search for music, and we're going to use this particular icon over here. And then we go over here to style, and then we change this one to yellow, and then change this one also to this darker. Then come over here, when you hover on it, it's also going to be white, pure white, but the color over here is going to be the accent color over here. So it's going to be something like this. Okay, so this is how it is. Now of course you can decide to give it a hover animation over here, like let's say Bob over here. It's going to happen so that when somebody hover, it's going to be something like this. And also you can also give this animation also on this particular one. So hover animation over here, we're going to make it like a Bob. Okay, so when somebody hover on it, this is how it's going to be like. So guys, quickly, we've created the hero section for this. Make sure you publish it. Okay, make sure you publish it. Now whilst you are creating the desktop version, make sure you create you adjust it to suit the tablet, and then also the mobile version. Okay, so as you can see, this is how the mobile version looks like, and it's not really nice. Let's go to the desktop first. And over here, we click over here, go to advanced. Okay, what we're going to do is we want to unlink the padding over here like we always do. The top is 80, the bottom is 80, the side and side is going to be 20 pixel. Okay, like this, and then we reduce the size of this text. Okay, so we reduce this one. Instead of 65, we're going to make it like a 35, or maybe like a 45. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. Now over here also, if you think it's good for you, you can keep it the way you want it, and the button is also okay. Now let's go over here and see how this one also looks like. Now over here, we want to reduce it a little bit, so instead of 45, we say 35, which if you feel is okay. If the line height also is not good for you, you can just adjust it to anyhow you want to. 1.3 is okay. And I still want to just change this one also from 35 to maybe 30, or maybe 28. Okay, so something like this, which will be quite okay. But if you feel it's not good for you, you can go ahead and then adjust it to maybe the 35 that we have. All right, so over here also we can adjust the color, the size from 18 to 14, which is pretty quite okay. And then you can go over here, go to it advanced, and then even remove the padding. If you have to remove the padding, that will maybe solve your problem for you. So I'm just showing you how everything done. Now over here, if you want the button to be like this, of course you can make it like this, but for me, I feel like the button is too big and I want them all to be in one line. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll go to the advanced section of the button and remove the link and the padding over here to make it like a 0, and then I'll go over here to each button, reduce the size to 12, and then also I'm going to reduce um, the, 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 the text of the button to 12. So it's going to be something like this. Now, what I'll also do is I'll come to the container itself, go to it, layout over here, and then change this one to maybe an 8. And then I'll still come back again and then go straight to the padding over here. Now I'm going to change the top to maybe 10, bottom to 10, and then side to 20, this side also to 20. So I'll do same for this one also. Make sure that everything is also the way I want it. So I'm gonna go over here, change this one to 10, bottom also to 10, and then the side to 20, and then the left also to 20. Now it's still it's not fitting the way I want it, so I'll just keep going till I meet what I want. So I'm going to change this one to 10, and then also change this one also to 10. So as you can see, now I have what I want. So what I will do is I'll come over here and then go over here and then make this one 20, and then make this one also 20. So it's gonna be big. If you feel 20 is too big for you, you can just make it like a 15, and this one also like a 15. It's gonna be something like this. Come over here and then scroll down, make this one 15, and then also make this one 15. So you're gonna have something like this. Okay, so this one also, I'm gonna reduce the size a little bit. Come over here, scroll down over here, then make it like a 30. Okay, so I think this one is quite okay. And then I'll come over here and then go to the layout of it and then reduce this one also a little bit, so like a 400. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this. Now you see it is very responsive on the mobile side also, and everything looks perfectly well. So let's go back to the desktop, and it looks perfect on the desktop. If you go to tablet, it also looks perfect. If you go to mobile, also look perfect. So that is how the responsive works. Now let's go over here to the next section of it. Now let's look at how this section also look like. This section says top genres, or however that you call it. So it's also very simple. We're going to create let's say a container, and inside this container we have different containers in it. Okay, because all these ones are all containers. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So let's go over here and then create a container, one big container, and this container we're going to make the width 1280 pixel. Okay, go over here, unlink the padding, give it 80 at the top, 80 pixel at the top, 80 pixel at the bottom, and then inside here we're going to create two different containers. Okay, so I'm going to create two different containers, duplicate this container. Now over here is where we're going to put our text to this top heading. Okay, so top genres, we're going to come over here. Is it general or general or whatever you call it? Okay, so over here I'll put my text over here. So I'm going to go over here and then put it over here, and then I'll just put this one over here, click over here, go to it, center. I'm going to click this particular one also, make sure that everything is positioned at the center like the way I want it. Now here I will change the the font family to Playfair display, and then I'll change this one to maybe a higher, like 55. Okay, and then I'm going to change the boldness to maybe 800. which is quite okay. And then I'll change this one to, let's see, to not really pure white. So we're going to use the strongest over here. And then underneath this one, we're going to bring some line. Okay, so what we will do is we bring a divider. Okay, so we're going to come over here and put a divider underneath here. So it's going to be something like this. This is how the divider looks like. But the width of the divider, we're going to say maybe 40, or even 40 is too much, so maybe 20. Yeah, and then we put it in the center over here. So let's say 30. We put it in the center over here. Now the line, we can decide to make it slash. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. Let's look at how this one looks like. So as you can see, it looks like this. All right, so if it is slash, let's go to style over here, and then the width, you can increase it to maybe 2 pixel like this, and then the size, you can increase it to any amount of size that you want. So let's say maybe 10 is going to be something like this. And then the amount also, you can increase it to any amount that you want. The gap, let me just remove that gap. And then over here, we're going to use this color over here. So it's going to be similar to this particular one that you see over here. So we have the heading set up. Now the next one is for us to set these things over here. So with this thing is also it's also very simple. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another container inside this container. So I'm going to create 2 different containers. Okay, 2 different containers inside this particular container. I'll duplicate it. Okay, so first of all, I'll come inside this container, and then also drag in another container inside it. And then what I'll do is this particular container that houses this container, I'm going to change the row to row horizontal over here. And then I'll come the inner container and duplicate it 4 different times. So this is 3, and the last one is 4. So I want it to be 4. Okay, so I'll make it 4 like this. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. All right, so what I'll also do is I'm gonna just go ahead, and then let's see what we have over here. So we have something we call box, image box over here. So I'm gonna just come over here and then search for box, and then I'll drag in an image box inside this one. So I'm gonna have something like this, and I'll delete everything over here, and then over here I'll bring what do I bring over here? So Afrobeat. So I'm gonna bring the Afrobeat over here. So it's gonna be something like this, and then over here I'll just type in, is it small letters or yeah, small letters? I'll just type in Afrobeat or Afrobeat, and then I'll come to style over here, and then with image, I'm gonna push the image to 100%. Okay, and then with the border radius, I'm gonna make it like a 150, so it's gonna be round. Okay, depending on how you want it. So let's say maybe 200, so that it will be solid round. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this. Now, of course, you can even reduce the image width like this, depending on how you want it. All right, so basically this is how it's gonna be looking like. So let's say we give the image like an 80 over here, and we have something like this. So let's look at how it's, yeah, so it's something like this. So we go over here, and then over here what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give it an all round pattern of 20. So I'm going to have something like this, or I'll just give a top 30 and a bottom also 30, or I can even give a top 40 and a bottom also 40, depending on how I want the whole thing to be. And then if I feel this thing is also too small, I can come to the image and then just increase the image to 90 to be a little bit bigger. So this is what we're going to have, and as you can see, this is what we have. Now I'm going to give a background color. Okay, so we can give a background color to this particular one. So as you can see, if you hover on it, it changes color and all those kind of stuff. So we're going to give a background color. Let's go to here, and then the background color, we can pick any color from our color codes that we are using. So we can pick maybe you know, a nice darker color over here, and then we give it a border radius of 14. Okay, either 14 or 8, which one that is good. So you see this is okay. And then if you like, you can also give it a shadow. Okay, so depending on how you want it, but this one doesn't have a shadow, but when you hover on it, there is a shadow, and that is what we want to do. So when you hover, we want it to have, you know, hover. Also we give it a border of 14, and then border radius of 14, and then there's going to be a shadow. So let's see how it looks like. So it's going to be something like this. Okay, so as you can see, you see how it looks like. Now we also give background color for the hover. So when it hovers, we go back over here, and then we go to the background, we choose a background color that we want to give to it when you hover. So when you hover on it, we want it to also have this background color. Okay, so when you hover on it, you want it to have this background color. So let's take a look at how it behaves. So this is how it's going to behave when you hover on it. As simple as that. Now this is similar to what we have over here. Okay, now remember that when you hover on it, also this one also changes color, right? So if you go over here, it doesn't, but if you go over this one, it changes color. So you want to go over here and also click on this particular one, and we go to content over here. The typography, we want to play around it, so we give it the Playfair display. Go ahead and give it a Playfair display. Come over here and then give it any kind of you know, thing that you want. So I'm going to give it 25, which is okay. And the color over here, I'm going to give it the strongest color over here. And then yeah, so the typography, there's no typography, so I'm going to leave it as it is. Let's go to hover over here. And when you hover, I want this one to change to the red color. And yeah, so it's going to be something like this. So basically we are almost done over here. Now let's go back to the content of the image box, and we want to you know, make sure this one points to, when somebody clicks on it, it points to the Afrobeat, you know, category page. So let's go to shop over here and come over here and pick this this link, okay, link address, and come over here and paste it over here. So it's going to be Afrobeat. Okay, now we have one set up. So as you can see, this is how this one looks like, and it's perfect the way, just like the way this one looks like. Now the rest is going to be just duplicate. So what we will do is we're going to duplicate this particular inner container. So I'm going to click over here and duplicate. I'm going to click over here and duplicate. So I'll duplicate it 3 times. So we have 1 2 3 4, and then I'll delete this one over here. I'll delete this one that I created. So we're going to have something like this. All right, so guys, as you can see, this is how it's going to look like. Now all what I need to do is to change this one. So this one is what Amapiano High Life R&B. So it's just like that. So I'm going to look for Amapiano. So luckily I have labeled everything. Okay, so this is Amapiano. So then I change this one to Amapiano, and this one is High Life. So let's go over here and look for where High Life is. High Life. So we change this one to High Life, and then this one is R&B. So this one also goes to R&B music. change this one also to RMB. Okay, so one thing you have to always remember and make sure is that always make sure that you point the link to the right place. So this is Amapiano. So go ahead and locate the Amapiano link, copy the link over here, come over here, and then come and paste it over here. Okay, this is also High Life. Okay, so go ahead, locate where the High Life is. Just copy the link over here, come over here, and then scroll down, and where it says link, you paste the link over here. The same applies to the RMB also. Go to where the RMB is located over here, copy the link, come over here, scroll down, and then paste the link also over here. Now, as you can see, everything looks good over here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and check it on tablet and also mobile. So we're going to go this way, and all what we need to do is just reduce the size of the the content a little bit, the heading a little bit. So we're going to go over here. Instead of 25, we say maybe an 18. Okay, which is okay. So if you come to the image, if you come to the box also, you can just reduce the spacing also. Now what we go to do is we just copy this one, and then we paste style, copy it, and paste style, right click and paste style. Now we have everything set up. Now if you feel like this one, the top is too big, come over here. This is what 40 40 20. You can decide to give it around 20. Okay, and then come over here, copy, and then come over here and paste style, come over here, and then also what paste style, and then come over here and then paste style. And as you can see, everything looks great. Okay, let's go to the mobile version also. Now also with this one, we can also decide to make sure that we have two on a row. So depends on what you want. So over here you can either make it 1 1 or 2 2. So with this one also, I'm going to just reduce the size over here. So this one will be 35, which is quite okay. And come over here, and then go over here, then increase this one a little bit. All right, so this is it. Now over here we can, like I said, we can decide to make sure that the size, the width over here, we change it to percentage, and then we come over here and then make it maybe 45 over here. Come to this place, change it to percentage, make it also 45. So as you can see, it is perfectly make it 47, and make this one also maybe 47. So if it doesn't fit, you can decide to come over here and then remove the the padding, and it's going to be like this. So 47 will not fit, so we come over here and make it maybe 46, and come also over here and make this one also 46. All right, so now we can make all of them 46. Come over here, on link, change it to percentage 46, and then come over here and also change it to percentage and make it 46. So as you can see, guys, everything is working perfectly well over here. So we have this one also in responsive mode on all devices. So we can go over here, and now all what we need to do is to duplicate the main container. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate the main container. So we right click over here and say duplicate, and we're gonna have double of this one over here. And now we can delete the container with nothing, and we have this one. Now all what you need to do is to just click this one. Let's see what we have over here. What we have is hip hop, hip life, gospel, and then view whatever thing. So we can just come over here, and then we look for hip hop. Okay, so here it's gonna be hip hop. We come over here we look for what we call hip life also. So hip life, we change this one also to hip life, and then over here also gospel. So we come over here and change this one to gospel. And then with this one we say what, view more or whatever thing, or view all. Over here we change this one to let's say view all. Okay, so you can basically do it. So as you can see, we can go ahead and publish it. So now we have two sections done, this one. Okay, perfectly done. Now let's go to the next section over here, which is this particular one that we have over here. So we have a section which is a call to action. So it's also very simply, we can just click over here, click on this one, choose this particular one, come over here and then set this one as 400. Go to advanced, go to the pattern, set 80 at the top, 80 at the bottom. Go to style over here, choose a background type. We're going to choose just this background over here, so this particular one. We come to background overlay, give it a background overlay of a darker kind of a background. So we can go ahead and make it maybe like a 6.5 or 665, 0.65 opacity. And then here we will just bring a text over here, and then let's see, so the text will say what, discover new sounds. So we're going to come over here and paste this one over here which says discover new sounds. Now what we're going to do is we're going to position it in the middle over here, and then we just duplicate this one to also have another text over here. So I'll right click over here and duplicate, and then over here I'm going to say your next favorite jam is just a click away. So I'm just going to click on this one, or put this one over here, and what I'll do is I'll come over here, change this one to play fair display, make it like a 55. Okay, and yeah, so this one I can make it like a 700 or something, and this one will be white. So let's go over here and change this one to pure white. Yeah, this one will be white. And this one also, we're gonna go over here, change the typography to Poppins. Okay, we make this one like 25. Okay, or maybe 20, depending on how you want it. And we go to the color and we change it to this one. So let me just make this one to maybe 20 or maybe 22. Okay, so this one is quite okay. Now don't worry about how this one is displaying. We're gonna go over here, and then first of all we go to the layout, and then over here we want to change it to 800. Okay, so if 800 is not okay for you, you can change it to maybe 600, which is quite okay. So just as perfect. That is the width. Okay, the width of the container over here. Now I'm gonna put everything in the middle. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this, and then we go to the style also. See the with this one, the image is what is just sticky. Okay, whilst you scroll. So we're gonna use the same thing. So we're gonna come over here and then position the image maybe center, and then we attach, we say maybe fix, and then repeat, we say no repeat, and then over here we say cover. So it's gonna be something like this. Right now we will have to get this text also. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to come over here, right click over here, and then copy. Let me just right click over here and then copy this text, and then come over here, right click here, and then paste. So it's going to be something like this, and then we come over here, we copy this one, and then we come and paste it over here. So we have something like this. Now We're also going to use the same thing for the buttons. So I'm going to come over here, copy the buttons over here, and then because I want it to show over here, I'll right click over here and then say paste. Okay, so as you can see, it's going to show over here. So now we have this one also over here. Now I'm going to go over here, go to advanced, and then increase this one to like 500. Okay, so minimum height to like 500. Let's see how it's yeah, so this is quite okay. Everything is what quite the way we want it. Now let's come over here, and then this one says start listening, and then this one says explore artists. So we're gonna come over here and change this one to explore artists. So we say explore artists. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to change the text from uppercase to maybe capitalize, right? We do same for this one also. Change this one from uppercase to capitalize. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this, and then we will change this icon over there. So we go over here, then we change this one to maybe, let me go and look for users, and then I'm gonna use this one. Yeah, so it's gonna be something like this. So now we have this one also done. Now our next step is to create the featured how do you call it, albums. Okay, so the featured albums, that is what we are going to we're going to create. So we're going to bring our featured albums over here. So with the featured albums, I'm also going to come over here, and then I'll right click over here, copy this one, and then paste this one over here. Now guys, remember that you have to okay, just note that you have to make sure that this one is also responsive. So click over here and then go to the responsive mode over here and check and see if it is what responsive on all all devices, right? Now, everything is responsive except this particular one. So you see, you need to make sure that you check. So change this one to 35 and you'll be good to go. And then go over here and then also unlink this one, and then make sure that you give right 20, left 20, and then still 80, and then bottom also 80. So as you can see, now everything is what good. And then if you like, you can just go here and reduce this a little bit depending on how you want it, but I'm still gonna make it stack at 500 over here. Right now with this one, there's too much space at the top and bottom, so I'm going to go over here and then unlink the padding over here, give it a negative 20 over here, and then with the same thing applies to the bottom, negative 20 pixel. So it's going to be something like this. So now it's quite okay. This one is also too big on the mobile, so I can just reduce it to 18, which is okay. So now everything is okay. Now the reason why we are not dealing with the buttons and this one is because we've already tackled it on top of it. We just copied and brought it over here. That is all what we are doing. So we're going to publish it, and now we are good to go. So let's go over here and then start recreating the next session, which we just copied. Okay, so you see we copied this one, we copied this one. The reason why we copied it, if you look at this particular place over here, now there are so many things that we will use over here. Okay, so we just copied some of the things, and then we are just going to use certain things in place of it. Now let's come over here, and first of all, what I want to do is I want to just come here and duplicate this one. Now duplicate this one and then delete everything inside the first one. So I'm going to delete everything inside the first one. I'm going to just delete it and delete it. All right, so this is how the first one looks like. Now I'm going to come over here and then search for music. So the music player. So the music player compact, and then the music player album. So which one do you want? So I'm going to pick the music player album over here, and this is how it looks like. Okay, now the reason why it is showing this way is because of how the container is being designed. So with this one, I'm just going to remove it. So on check the row horizontal, and you are good to go. Now we click over here, and on the left side we're going to put an image over there. So whose image are we going to put over there? We're going to put this guy over here. I'm going to put this guy over here. So as you can see already, it is taking shape. Okay, and then over here we can put any any image over here. Okay, just to make sure that we everything that we write on it, because we are using the free version, and everything that we are going to do or we are doing should be nice and it should make sense. Okay, so because we are not having control over certain things, we need to make sure that even our background over here should make sense. So we're going to pick this particular image over here, and what we are going to do is we can decide to use any of the images over here, but I'm going to use this particular image over here. So you see, so that whatever it is written on it will make sense, it will be nice. All right, so as you can see over here, we have this one which says someone like you, right? Okay, so let's look at the album details over here. So if you go over here, the album details says what does this album details say? It says Lagos in the After Dark. Okay, so the album title is Lagos After Dark, and then the featured this is featured album. Let's go over here, and this is the guy's name, right? Yeah, so we're gonna pick over here and then just write the guy's name. Okay, so it says download on iTunes. We can say maybe download now. So we can say download now. Okay, and then you over here, this is where you have to put the album link, the buy album link over here, the URL. So we're going to go to the shop, and this is the album. So we just have to copy this one, come over here, and then put it over here. Okay, now you can choose to remove this buy icon and then put your own icon over there, but make sure that it is just you can use the icon library over here, and then insert your own maybe download or whatever thing. So you can insert download over there. So maybe a download icon, or anything that you want to use to represent your buy. You can just go ahead and then put it over here. So it's gonna be like this. See how it looks like over here? That is why I wanted to tell you that do not remove it. Okay, so just go back to where it is like this, because if you remove it, you don't know how to style it, and it's going to be a problem because they don't give you access to be able to style it, and that is it. All right, so over here also you can't write anything over here. You cannot do anything over here, so it's just the way it is. Now let's go to the playlist. So this is where the playlist is. So you can add your songs over here. So stop when playlist ends, stop when current song ends, always play from the song start, purchase icons available, always visible. So over here you can just put the song title. So if I go to shop and I go to J Rhymes Lagos After Dark, and I see the track list over here. So as you can see, I can see the track. So I can just come over here, copy this one, come over here, and then put this one over here, and then I will choose a file for it. So I'm going to choose a file for it, and then what I'll do is I'll just duplicate this one also, duplicate this one also, just duplicate it the way I want it. So maybe 3 or 4 things over here. I will just come to J Rhymes over here, copy the Midnight Cruise, and then come over here, change this one to Midnight Cruise, and then you can upload your audio or choose the audio over here. Come over here also, the song title, come over here and then put it over here, and then we go to the next one. Also, we come over here, we copy this one, come here, and then we paste it over here. Okay, so you can choose the song that you want. You also come over here and then copy this one, come over here, and then you paste it over here. So this is how it looks like. You can even add more if you want to. So we come over here, Lucky Vibes, you copy it, come over here, and then we can just change this one to Lucky Vibes, and we are good to go. So as you can see, we have this one also done, okay, for us. Now it is automatically responsive, so there's nothing to do about it. Basically, that is how they've done it. So automatically it becomes responsive. All right, so now that we have this one done, now it is for us to check the next one. So we have 1 2 3 4 over here. So these are some albums that you can list over here. Okay, so it is also very simple. You can just click over here and then change this one to an album. So what album do you have? So all the albums that you have, this one says what, Afro pop, whatever it is. So if you have it, Afro pop summer, you can put it over here. Okay, and who is the it's by who? Afro pop summer by Zina Blaze. So we say maybe Zina Blaze. Okay, as you can see, and then it says Afro pop summer. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. The same way you can do same for all of them, and then what you do is you link it to the music page or the product page of the music, and that is it. Okay, so you can do same for all of them. You change this one also to Lagos After Dark, just like we have it over here. So you can change it to Lagos After Dark, and you just, this one is J Rhymes, Lagos After Dark by J Rhymes. So as you can see, this is it. The same thing applies to the next one, Queen of Vibes, and then Palm Wine Stories. So you can change all of them. So Queen of Vibes, and then is by who? Queen of Vibes by who? Bella, whatever it is. So even that is not even there. This is group Goddess. So this is Queen of Vibes. Okay, so basically it. And then also this one is Palm Wine Stories. Okay, so by Obiba Mensah. Okay, so here is going to be Obiba Mensah, and then here is what, Palm Wine Stories. Okay, so we have this one over. So you see, we have this one. Now the next one is for us to also have another section, also just like the way they have it over here. Now over here, what we're going to do is we're going to create 2 different containers and put this 4 into the 2 different containers. So this is how we're going to do it. So what we will do is first of all, we're going to duplicate this container. Okay, and then I'll just delete everything in the top container over here. I'm going to delete everything over here. All right, and over here I'll put 2 different containers over here. So I'll put 2 different containers. So you see, there are 2 different, one here, one here. Okay, And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one. I'll copy this one, and then also over here also I'll put another 2 different containers inside this particular one. So it's going to be something like this, right? And then like I said, I'll copy this one, and then I'm going to paste it inside. I'm going to paste it inside the container. Okay, so it's literally not working, right? So let me copy here. Let me delete this one. So it's gonna be 2. Okay, so over here I'll paste this one inside here. Yeah, so you're gonna have this one, and then I also come over here, copy this one, and then yeah, so we're gonna use this container rather. So guys, you need to be very vigilant in the kind of container that you are pasting it. So I'm gonna copy this and take this one, and then also make sure that it is row horizontal. So you see now it's working over here. So row horizontal over here. Now I can decide to also do the same for this one, row horizontal, and then over here I'll just copy copy this one, and then come over here and paste it over here. I'll do same for this particular one, also copy it, and then come to this one and paste it over here. So it's going to be something like this, right? So now we have the side that we want. Now it is up to us to come over here and then put an image also inside this one. Okay, so just put an image that you feel it will fit inside this particular one. So what image are we putting in this one? Where is the image? Okay, this particular image over here. So this is the image that we place inside it. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. So we're going to come over here and give it the full width of the image. Come to the border radius and give it a radius of 14. And what we are going to do is we're going to come over here, and then we'll go over here, and if you like we can unlink the padding for this one. Okay, and then come to its layout, and then make sure we position it in the center like this. So this is how you're going to have it. So as you can see guys, we are also done over here. But since everything is responsive, if you go over here to check it, you're going to see that it is responsive. If you go over here to check it also, you're going to see that everything is responsive. And that is why it is always okay to start the responsiveness, so that when you are copying and pasting, it becomes easy for you. All right, so now that we are done with the which one, with the featured albums, now we're going to go straight to also have another section over here, which is a call to action section, and then we have featured songs also, and then we have trending songs also, and another call to action, and then we are good to go. So it is also very simple. We're just going to copy and paste. So we come over here to the call to action over here, and then we right click, we copy, we come here, and then we paste. Okay, we come here and then we paste. All what we need to do is to change some few things over here. So yeah, this one, we just change this one to unlimited songs. So change this one to unlimited whatever it is. Change this one to download anytime. So come over here and then change this one to also download, and then you can also do same for this one, and then you change the button links and everything. Okay, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that these are all your assignments that you have to make sure you figure it out, because we've already done it from the beginning. And then over here, we click over here and then we change the background image also. So we can go ahead, let's see what background image they have here. This particular one, we can just change it over here, and as you can see, we have this one also done. Now our next one is the featured songs. Okay, so we're gonna come with the featured songs now. Since we have something similar that we can use to create, I'm gonna just go ahead and copy this same container over here. So I'm gonna copy this container and come and paste it over here. Okay, now I'll just delete so many things from it because I wouldn't need all those things. So what I need is just the heading, and then the thing, the spacer, or the is it a spacer or the line that is drawn over here. So that is all what I need. So I'll just need this one. This one says featured. I'll just, now over here, I'll just come over here and then delete, and then come over here also, and then delete. So we're gonna have this one. Now here we'll put a short code over here. So just search for short code, and you're gonna have a short code over here. All right, so with a short code, we're gonna add WooCommerce short code. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're gonna copy this short code. Okay, now if you don't know how to get the WooCommerce short code, you can have it by going over here and then go to Google, just type in WooCommerce short codes over here, and then just click on the product short codes, and you're gonna have all the short code that you need to deal with it. Now what I used is the featured image short code, which is, this is a product, this is the featured, which is this one. So the only thing I changed is I changed this one to make it 4. Okay, if you look at it, you see that this is the only thing I changed to make it 4. So it means that I want 4 columns over here, right? And that is it. So now we are done with this one. Now don't worry about the buttons that you don't see over here. We'll deal with it later on in the customizer section over there. Now we are done with this one. The only thing we need to do is to add a background image. So if you look over here, there is a background image also over here. Now we're going to go ahead and add that background image. Go to style, go to background, click over here, and just add a background image over here. So we're going to add this one, and then we're going to put it center, position it, center, and then make it fixed, and then also repeat. You say no repeat, go over here and make it cover, and background, just go ahead and choose this background type, and just give it a darker color. So, or you can use this lighter color over here and make this one like an 85 or even 95, depending on how you want it. So depends on how you want it and how you want it to be visible. Okay, so basically this is it. Now we're gonna go to the next one, and then also let's see how it looks like. So we're gonna go to this one and then also use trending now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to duplicate this one. I'll duplicate it, and then the only thing I'll do over here is to go ahead and remove the background and all those things that we placed. So I'm going to remove the background with the overlay. I'm just going to make sure that there is no overlay, and then over here I'll say trending now. Okay, so I'll come here and make it trending now. All right, so now we have trending now music over here, and this one we're also going to use a short code like this particular one. Now this is not really for trending product, this is for new product. Okay, so we're going to use this short code over here. It's still going to be almost the same over here. So basically that is it, and we are good to go. So the next part is the last one, which is this particular one. So that is also what we are going to copy from here. We copy from here, and then we paste it over here. We paste it over here. Then we do some few changes. So we're gonna come over here, sell your music, your own, whatever it is. So we paste it here. We come here, and then we copy this one over here. We paste it here, and then over here also we copy this one, and then we paste it here. Now what we'll have to do is just change some few things over here, but I'm not going to worry myself with it because I know you guys can do it. And then we can go over here and then change this one to, yes, to this particular one over here. And as you can see, guys, we've created a responsive home page for ourselves just now. So I'm going to just go ahead and make sure that everything is responsive in all the other devices. So everything is pretty well responsive, and if you go over here, everything looks fine, everything looks great. And that is how you can be able to achieve or design a music website without worrying yourself. So as you can see, we are done with the home page, and if you go to our home page right now and take a look at it, this is how our home page looks like. Very beautiful, just like the one that we are looking on to create. Okay, so everything looks fine. The only thing we have to do is to just work on the products that we, or the music that we this one with the buttons and all those things. And to do that, we're going to go back to our customizer over here. I'm going to refresh the customizer to make sure that we have all the settings or all the things, the changes that we've done reflect in our website. So as you can see, now we have a home page, a very beautiful home page that we've been able to design ourselves. Okay, so we are good to go. Now let's go to what we call WooCommerce. Okay, so you see WooCommerce over here, click on it, and then we're going to go to product catalog over here. And then over here is where we do most of the changes. Okay, so with the product catalog, we're going to go over here, and then the button style, we're going to say always visible, and we want it to say button. Okay, so it's going to say button. So as you can see, this is it, this is the button. And then also with the mobile side, we want it to show 2 columns also over here. And yeah, so we are good to go. And let's go to design over here now. With the title font, make sure that archive title font, this is the shop over here, so make sure that it is very big enough for everybody to see. So if you want to make it 60, you can make it over here. And then the color and all those things, you can choose color of your choice that you want. So if you want it to be pure white, you choose pure white. And then the archive title background over here, we can choose an image for it. So we can choose maybe this particular image over here. Make sure that we set it no repeat cover, and then yeah, we are good to go. If you feel you want to choose a different image, you can just change the image over here. And let's see what I can use. Okay, so let me just use this guy over here. Yeah, so we have this guy over here, and we can add an overlay, darker overlay to it. So we just reduce. Okay, so basically, yeah, I think we are good to go. Now let's see, with the product title, font, and all those things, we can also
change it so that it becomes nicer over here. So 15 is quite okay. Also with a product price font, and then the color, you can also change it the way you want it. So if you want it to be something like this, you can change it over there. If you want to just also make it something like this, also you can make it over there. And then the button, color and all those things, we're going to leave it as default because it's picking where we want. Okay, so I think everything is quite okay. The only thing is we want to see how it looks like on mobile. So let's go to mobile over here, and you see it looks messy on mobile. It looks very, very messy on mobile. So let's start with the title font over here. On mobile, we don't want it to be 65, we want it to be 35. Okay, so something like this. And then let's go to the product archive title. For this one, we come over here, we want it to be like a 13, so 13 is quite okay. And then product price, also let's leave it to 12, which is quite okay. And then let's go to bottom font. Okay, so so one thing I did not check is this one. Okay, and this one is okay also, fine. Okay, so let's go to the product button font. We go over here and look at the size over here, and we can reduce it to the size that we want, so like 9 or 8, which is quite okay. Yeah, so I think everything is okay over here and we are good to go. All right, so the only thing is, let's go back to general over here and see if we can change this one to like 200. Okay, so now let's make it 120. Yeah, so 120 is quite okay. And you can just go back over here and make this one 400 or 300. All right, and then we can publish it. So now I think we are good to go. So if you come over here and refresh the website, all the places that we're not having buttons now have buttons, and it looks nicer, looks beautiful. And yeah, it's okay to say that we have designed the home page. Now the only thing we also have to do is if you go to the the music store page over here, you see that the button says add to cart, but over here if you look at it, it says what, download. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a code snippet to change all of them. So I'm going to copy this code over here and then go to the backend or the dashboard of the website. So I'm going to go back over here to snippet over here, and I'm going to add a new snippet over here. All right, so it's supposed to be a PHP snippet. I'll add this one over here and say maybe download code. Okay, and then yeah, make sure you're running it everywhere, and then click on save and activate. So now let's come over here and just refresh the website, and as you can see, it says what, download over here. So now it works perfectly fine over here. And if you go to home also, everything will also have to say download. Yeah, so now I think our website has taken shape, and the most important thing about web design is creating your home page. And if you have your home page designed perfectly well, you don't need to worry about the other pages because you have mastered the art of designing. So what I'm going to do is I have created the home page for you. I have created almost all the other pages for you, and we've done almost all the settings. The only thing you have to do is to just work on the other pages and you are good to go. And like I said, if you want the full template without you worrying yourself designing,
just go to templateseller.com, templateseller.com, and then just get a template from templateseller.com. This is the template, as you can see over here. This particular one over here is the template. Just go for it, and you will be able to skip all these hours of designing and all those things, and just start creating your own products and allowing your artists to be able to create their product over there. And that is it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this one gives you a head start in how you can be able to design your own music platform or music multi-vendor platform. And in our next video, I'll just do a quick tour on the vendor side, also on how you can be able to customize certain things on the vendor page also. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. Bye.